And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sam Harbin.
And I'm Coach Axe.
And this is BKTV.Live. We'd like to welcome you to Memorial High School Stadium, LaFortune Stadium, home of the Memorial Chargers, but it's also home of the Edison Eagles as your Comets start the 2017 season against the Edison Eagles.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good ball game tonight. Great weather. I'll tell you what. August has been some outstanding weather, has it not, for football, for practice, for football. I don't know. Something happened to the heat and humidity. It just went away. I wonder if it went to Houston, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it might have, because if we had an awesome August. It rained a lot. Humidity stayed down, and it stayed a lot cooler than expected. But it is a great night for football. The sun is setting. The lights are on, and we just had the national anthem. And, folks, we're looking forward to some great football as the Comets are, I guess, picked to place like fourth, but I've also read that they're picking them to repeat as Division 5 champs.
Yeah, so definitely back at returning district champions from last year. So looking forward to getting these non-district games started off in a good fashion with W's, especially coming up, getting ready for next week's game, big game against Bishop McGuinness, last year's semifinal team in the playoffs against Carl Albert. So it looks to be a real exciting games for the coming before we start our district games in a couple of weeks.
Well, folks, as you said before, we are ready to start football. There are lines outside the gates. Everyone is trying to come in. We still have fans filling into the stadium. We have some time before the game does start, and we are definitely excited for this season. After last year's season, I'm really looking forward to it. Coach, I really believe that the defense is going to probably be the staple of this team and to carry them a little further deeper into the playoffs this year.
Oh, I completely agree with that. Certainly the defense is going to be really strong this year. We have some really good speed. We have some strength up front. With our tackles and nose tackles, and our linebackers are seasoned. They're very experienced. We have that defense is really going to be led by Bryce Alonzo. Bryce Alonzo, the senior outside linebacker, is really going to lead that defense this year into some outstanding stands against a lot of these really good teams that are outside and inside our district.
Well, one thing for the Comets this year, as you can see, the captains are coming to the 50-yard line. Looks like the Eagles is going to be number 69, Chester Baugh. Along with the Comets, going to be number 30 and number 37. And I will apologize early, folks. We do not have an accurate roster, but
yeah, 37 is Kyle Mathis, and 30 is Reese Jones, running back, and Kyle Mathis, 37, middle linebacker.
And hopefully the Comets, I'm thinking if they get the ball, they're going to probably defer to the second half because they probably want to come out and see what Edison has to offer.
Well, and I'll tell you, as far as offense goes, I'm looking forward to seeing what the air show is going to be like this year. I think that we're going to put the ball in the air probably a little bit more than we did last year, and we're going to talk more about that as how we probably had a good opportunity to prepare for the passing game this year. I know last year, Coach, I thought did a really good job of running the ball to set up the pass.
Yes.
So we ran the ball quite a bit, set up the pass, and so we'll see what the toss is going to be here.
He always loved the coin toss. I used to do that, and everyone always said, "Call tails, no matter what. Call tails." And you would think, tails was the automatic call, but every time, it's like we have our toss here. Looks like Edison won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So the Comets will start with the opening kick, and you can see the intimidation factor. It's almost kind of like a David and Goliath thing. They brought the biggest man out to do the coin toss for the Eagles, and the Comets brought out their two average-sized guys, but, the Edison brought out the biggest guy they had on the team to come out there. So, it's all mental. If you can intimidate early, you can get that. Like I said, that's almost 7 points.
No kidding. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but if you can intimidate early, 9 times out of 10, that's considered almost 7 points. So you definitely want to make sure. You're definitely making sure that they can. Let them know that they have some big size here. But the Comets offense is going to have their hands full because this defense for Edison, offense is still coming around, but that defense for them last year really kind of gave the Comets a run in the first half of the game. But they managed to pull it out, and pull away later. But again, this defense, if that number 69 has anything to do with it, you can, rest assured they're going to do their best to try to make this a low-scoring game.
Well, and, we have some new offensive line. We have some changes on the offensive line this year. We've moved Davis Govert over to center position this year. So that's a kind of a big change that's happened in the offensive line. We lost 4 seniors to graduation last year. So this is going to be the first test, the very first game, the very first series is a test for that new offensive line that's coming out. As a team, getting their first start and seeing how they fill the shoes from that group last year. Because that group last year was just outstanding. I mean, we rode their backs all the way to a district championship as far as I'm concerned, and round 2 of the playoffs.
Well, most definitely you look at that offensive line, but also too, it's that first contact. Once they get that under their belt, I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. And it plays a big part because you mentioned the air show that you like to see. If we don't have the time, if a quarterback doesn't have the time, it's not going to happen. That air show is going to be, a dink and dunk.
Yeah, and that will definitely be the key on whether or not, because I know we have the receiver core. We're going to talk about that. I know that Jake McMurray is throwing the ball really well this year. Looks really good in the pocket. His feet are better this year, it seems like. His release is quicker this year. And I think it's all due to some things we're going to talk about, what they do in the off season.
Oh, yeah.
What they do in the off season to kind of help with the passing game. But, yeah, I mean, if we can't pass block, we're running the football.
And it's one of those things as you teach any kid is the first thing you scream, it's off season. This shows how bad you really want it, because if someone has to make you have to work up. But if you really want it in the off season, no one will ever have to force you. You will just get out there and do what you got to do until it's time to come back on the field and meet with your teammates and play, and practice, and you get your 2-a-days and stuff like that. But during that downtime, what are you doing yourself to get yourself prepared and ready? So, and I think with a lot of kids today, you can tell the difference of the kids who have that drive, that really want to make it to the next level, then make it to the final level, and you can tell the ones that enjoy the sport but don't have that fire, that still need that push. And it's not a bad thing, because sometimes they get that push and they take off the following year. They finally wake up and realize and they get really good. As it looks like the Edison Eagles have been called onto the field. They come out first, break the paper, have the giant inflatable helmet, and those are pretty much everywhere you go now. You can't go anywhere now without the inflatable helmet.
Well, and I know that the football team is raising money for a new inflatable helmet. They just shout out to all you folks out there that are watching BKTV.live. The football team is looking for donations for a new inflatable helmet this year, and I was surprised about how much those things cost.
Oh, it doesn't shock me. They're expensive.
They're extremely expensive. So they were passing around. My son was at the Meet the Comets. He's passing around a helmet. Everybody's throwing money in the helmet for a new inflatable helmet. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think he collected quite a bit of money that night.
Oh,
too.
You'd be amazed with just donations can add up quicker than actually asking. Asking for money. Just donations, you build money a lot faster. But as you can see, the Comets came out, but they did something different that they really haven't started doing. But they were in the end zone and they had their little chant and swag going on, and I like that. I mean, it gives you. As for me, as a player, I love it because, as a former player, I should say, it gets you hype. And you see that because it shows that the kids are hyped, they're excited, they're ready, and I'm all for it.
Oh, and, boy, it's been a long time since we've been waiting for this, And especially for them, it's even worse, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you finished the season last year. Oh, there's a phone call. You finished the season last year, and you get some time off. Then you get back in the weight room all winter, and then you get to spring practice, and then you work out all summer. I mean, there's several months that pass by, and you're just working and working and working to get to this point. And, man, I tell you what, you got to be fired up. You got to be excited. You got to be ready to hit somebody than your own teammate.
Oh, yeah. Well, mostly, too, because of the way the ending, it was just a tale of two halves last year. In the playoffs, we were on the whole first half. Second half, the wheels fell off. And you never want to end like that. And so, they definitely want to get back out, and get that last year off of them and come out and start looking forward to this season. Back deep, look like we're going to have Corey Lewis in number 4 for the Comets. Corey Lewis is number 6.
David Bolton.
David Bolton is back deep as well. And we have kickoff, and that will go out of bounds. I guess they already realized the return threat of the Comets, and they made sure they made sure that they couldn't, return the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you put the ball in Corey Lewis' hands or David Bolton hands, big time speed.
Yeah.
On that Bishop Kelley football team right there, and get the ball in their hands, and you don't know what's going to happen. Hit up the middle, and you're off to the races.
Well, in high school too, it's not a big penalty either. So if he goes out of bounds, they put the ball at the 35-yard line. You know what I mean? I mean, it's 15 yards more than what if he would have been at the 20 in the end zone. But so it's not that big of a penalty. And as you can see, the Eagles have a pretty stout defense here. That defensive line up front, everybody is just bouncing and moving around, trying to get set, and should be real interesting to see how this turns out. As the Comets get it, and they hand off the ball and it cuts back, and you're going to have maybe a yard out of all of that. Is that aggressive? Edison defense was all over that. They were in the backfield almost before the running back got the ball.
Well, this is where the offensive line, they're going to is it going to take them some time to get warmed up and settled in, to their first game? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see here, but they definitely got some big boys up front. They got a couple of big defensive tackles up front, running that four-man front and two linebackers. So we're going to the air right away to Corey Lewis.
He makes first guy miss, and he's juking it, and he's going to come down after a gain of about maybe 12 yards. About 12 yards, and he will get it at the 49-yard line for the Comets. What a move by Corey. I mean, took a step back, made the first guy miss, and he was after that. Believe me, if he had a couple more blockers, he'd still be running.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he was quite a go-getter on the 7-on-7. I mean, some of the passes he caught in 7-on-7 over the summer were just incredible.
It's kind of interesting, though, as the Eagles, again, are giving it right to Corey Lewis. He makes another guy miss, makes three more guys miss, and he's going to pick up about 15 yards on this play, almost 20.
Well, that just looked too easy right there. Just a simple, quick slant, and the safety is back that far, giving him that much room. I don't know about that. Coach better make an adjustment to that.
Well, and you're right. The Comets are just taking what the Eagles are giving them, and they're giving them the slant. So the Comets are just taking it until they take it away from them.
And I saw, I watched they played Victory Christian, watched some of the film against Victory Christian when they played Edison. And Edison did have a bit of a difficult time in covering the pass against Victory Christian.
Well, if that's the case, it's going to be a long night, especially if they pick that up, as they're going to give it to
Reese Jones.
Yeah, it looks like Reese Jones is going to get that, and he's going to be dropped for a loss in on that tackle. It's going to be number 52, Bryce Capron, and it looks like number 17 for the Eagles. That's going to be Kelton Reminger.
So having a little bit of trouble with the run game here.
But I would keep it in the air. I mean, that 5-yard slant is there. I mean, they haven't blocked it. They haven't knocked the ball down. So, I mean, we lost 2 on that play, so it's 2nd and 12. Comets basically are trying to do what they can here to punch this in as the defense shifts, and it's going to be a draw. And he gives it back out to Corey Lewis again. He gets around, but he's going to be forced out of bounds, so he's going to pick up the loss plus about 8 more and make it 3rd and 2.
They're going to have a really difficult time covering Corey Lewis if they're going to give him that much space.
I mean, they're giving him about 5. They're giving him about 2 to 3 yards.
And there may not be a player on the defensive backs, in the defensive secondary on Edison that can cover him man to man. I mean, he's got so much speed; it's incredible.
And now he's in the slot, and they have him. And there's no one over him right now. Now they finally get a person over him. But I think if they don't come right up on him, I do the 5-yard slant again and see if he can take it to the house. They're going to take it to the ground again, keeping him honest. And this time, he makes him pay this time. That 2-yard loss, he picked up for that.
Yeah, that was a good job by the offensive line there. Had a little bit of hole right there off tackle, so that looked pretty good for a first down. All right, so we get moving a little bit on the front there so we can get some yards on the ground.
On that tackle with number 10, Tristan Wright for the Eagles, as the Comets are taking this opening drive, and they're marching right down the field here. I mean, it looks like they're getting like a minor setback, and then they turn right back around and pick that up and move on. He gets the snap. He drops back. He has time. Throws it into the flat right over the outstretched hand of Corey Lewis. And I'm going to tell you right now, if he would have brought that one in, it would have been a touchdown. Because he had the linebacker trailing him, but he wasn't going to be enough to try to catch him.
No. And I think Jake had to throw that a little high. He may have had a hand or a face up in there a little bit in front of him, and he had to throw it maybe a little bit high, and that caused the ball to be overthrown. And
that's one of those passes where you almost have to lead him in the air, throw the ball in the air and lead him along the way, and that way it drops in on him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 25-second clock's under 10. Now it's under 5. We're trying to get this playoff. And we're going to have an offsides,
right.
and the Eagles give them a gift. It was 2nd and 10, and they're going to pick up 5 off of this.
And we have a punishment by the Eagles.
You got to love that. I mean, and you can expect that because they're moving the ball pretty much. And you get them stopped on it because he missed the pass. And then the defense are trying to get back to the quarterback, get over aggressive, and then you get 5 yards. And he's going to bounce it outside.
There it goes. That's going to be a touchdown.
That's going to be a touchdown.
Right,
and it will be touchdown. Comets in the end zone. Touchdown, Comets.
No, not really a problem there getting around the outside, getting around the edge there with Reese Jones. And, I mean, he's a big boy, too. And
well, he bounced that outside because he cut in. And right as he cut in, he saw the hole closing. He bounced outside, and it was just a foot race to the pylon.
that was a great job. That was a great job.
You got to give it to the offensive line. Like I said, new line. They did what they had to do. They kept the quarterback off the ground and everything. So I'm impressed so far. I really am. I'm impressed.
Interesting mix of play calling. You know, as much passing as we did in that particular series, it was I really liked it. That was an enjoyable series. No doubt that we scored, but certainly a lot of fun to see us throw the ball that much.
No, man, I think we threw the ball more than we passed. So that's we threw the ball more than we ran. Of course, we. She called it pregame jitters and getting. As you can tell, folks, we're still getting acclimated to the new season as well. We definitely. Coach, I just have to say, that line of Comet fans trying to get into this stadium over there, it is just out into the parking lot. People, I don't think they can get them in fast enough.
Boy, I tell you what it is, man. That is a big line. I don't think I've ever seen a line like that trying to get into a high school football game.
I mean, you see the line over there, but my goodness, it is a line.
It is way out into the parking lot.
It is in the parking lot. The fans are trying to get there. Yep.
Okay, now zoom in. Right there, hold right there.
You could just see them. They are everywhere. I mean, that is a long line, and it's going into the parking lot. These folks are trying to get into this game. So here we go. And it's going to be the high angling kick, and I've always liked that. So if you have a deep threat return, and he's going to get to the outside. He missed. 2 guys missed. Oh, he spins and he goes down, but he almost fumbled that ball.
There's a penalty right there.
It's either going to be a late hit or block in the back, one of the two.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Tristan Wright on the return. Normally when you get a flag like that, especially in the pile, either somebody got hit late or it's either somebody blocked in the back and they just not calling it, and the referees are meeting about it.
Yeah, I don't think the little hop there by the runner did much to.
It got the crowd excited.
It did, didn't it? It did, didn't it? Ooh, look at that!
I know he hopped. Oh my God! and it's funny though because he hopped, which wasn't much, but he had a spin move that was actually really good.
Yeah.
and the spin move was nullified because everyone got excited because he hopped.
All right, now I'm excited to see the defense here.
I am too after last year's defense and the way we looked, as they're going to mark this off. And guess
We have holding.
it's going to be holding again. Like I said, it's either blocking the back or holding on a return. And I guess that's why he was able to get outside as fast as he was able to get outside.
1st and 10, ball on the 28.
So very excited to see this defense led by seniors Davis Goverick, Bryce Alonzo. We got a sophomore in there, Montrell Cozart.
Oh, yeah, I remember old Cozart. I mean, you coaching him. Yeah, I remember that.
Jack Barkley is playing outside linebacker, it looks like. He played some nose tackle last year as a sophomore.
He was amazing, isn't he?
Right, yeah.
That kid had some heart and drive inside that nose tackle position.
Yeah. So it looks like, and we've got Jack Griffin over at safety, and did a really good job last year at safety.
Yes, he did. Actually, I ran into a family member of Griffin, and he told me to give a shout-out for him.
All right, yeah.
As they send a man in motion, hand the ball inside, and right there the Comets are there to meet him, and it's a slew of Comets there on the run. Is going to be
Davis Goverick's in there, number 78.
Looks like Sevion Morrison was on a carry, and he maybe got a yard, if anything, and that's going to be no gain. So 2nd and 10, that Comet defense was right there to just seal up that hole. He had a hole, and they sealed that hole up pretty quick.
Yeah, I tell you what, this defense likes to hit. They pursue very quickly. They're very precision defensive players.
And they're going to give it back to the running back again. And again, he is stonewalled as Morrison again has the ball, and he is just Stonewall leading the way, number 58 and 78. That would be
Montrell
Montrell, yeah.
Montrell Cozart, sophomore, played on that INFC championship team back in 7th grade.
Yes, he did. I remember that year, man. You guys are, woof. Yes, indeed. But that was fun to watch.
It was outstanding, that's for sure.
Okay, well, we are one man short. Is he going to have the next handoff? And the quarterback tried to run, and he will be caught from behind.
Sack on the play.
Swarmed by 3 Comets, including Bryce Alonzo, Jack Barkley, and Davis Goverick. This is where I saw on film Edison really struggled in the pass protection.
Yes.
They struggled. They could not really do a very good job. They had a really hard time protecting their quarterback in the pocket. So that there showed that we're doing a good job pursuing and pass rush, getting off our blocks.
Well, you get them to go 3 and out. That's actually a great thing, especially their first drive, and you get them to go 3 and out. And this ball is underway in the air, and this a short kick going to be brought in.
David Bolton.
Bolton gets it, and he's going to be brought down about maybe a couple yards after he tried to return it. On the tackle will be number 44.
BK Comets.
Will be number 44, and that's going to be Joey Bingham on the tackle. So the Comets will get the ball for the second time here. And again, they're pretty good field position, almost 10 yards better than they were the last time. It is on the 44-yard line. And we definitely want to say, Kevin, get well soon.
Absolutely, Kevin.
I was really looking forward to seeing you. We all are texting, and I was expecting to see you there. And he's not able to make it. He said he's not feeling well, so I'm hoping he recovers. And we will see him in the home stand next week.
McGinnis.
Yes, indeed. And Bolton, oh, my goodness, Bolton up the middle, and he is just steamrolling people.
Whoa.
And he's going to pick up 13 yards on that run. And actually taken down, Bolton, number 4, taken down by number 4, Torrin Walker. And, man, he hit that hole with some speed and power.
If he gets out in the open field, he's gone. He's gone. If he gets out in the open field, he has some serious speed.
Well, let's see what the Comets do here after the first handoff for Bolton, and he basically just made him pay as Bolton's going to stay in the backfield. See, he moves to the left of the quarterback right now as he's back. It's like he's going to drop back, and her protection falls down, but yet he throws the ball, and it might be caught. Is it? Did he get both? Nope, they're going to say he did not get both feet down. Pass is intended for
OC
Walker.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't quite have the pass protection we needed there.
No, he did. Excuse me, no, he didn't, because he had at least 3 guys back there on him by the time he got the ball. So 2nd down and 10, Comets in Eagle territory for the second time in this first quarter. 7:42 and counting left in the first quarter. I'm sorry, Curry, it'd be 6:57 left in the first quarter. And he give it to Bolton. He bounces outside, jukes the guy, but he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Brought down by number 17. Actually, I believe Kelton Rimlinger.
3rd down and 10.
And that's going to be for no gain as well. So the Eagles defense is trying to match the Comets defense against the run and, being a little stout here, not giving up any yards after that first 13-yard scamper by Bolton.
Did a really good job at pursuit.
Bolton gets up to the line. Lewis goes in motion, pitches it out to Lewis, and Lewis turns the corner, and he takes the guy on, and, man, he literally drugged the guy 3 yards. I mean, that guy hit him head up, and he just kind of took him with him for 3 more yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. And then see what the Comets do here, because it is 4th and 6.
I tell you, these running backs are not afraid to hit.
They're
not afraid.
They drop their shoulders, and it's like, let's go.
Yep. They get the pad level down, and they say, let's go. You're going with me if we're going.
Exactly. Yeah, you coming along for the ride, or you going to stand me up, one of the two. So you make your decision. So this is interesting because the Comets are in a little – you don't want to pooch punt this one because but now they're going for it here. Looks like we're going to get a timeout. And maybe the Comets – let's see. Yes, it will be. With 5:33 left in the first quarter, Comets will take their first time out of the game. They lead 7-0 over the Edison Eagles. We'll be right back right after this.
Set, check.
And, folks, we are back. The Comets are still going to go for it. Now, this might be a pooch kick here. I mean, unless you really – and they got trips down to the bottom left, and they send him in motion. Nope, they're going back. He's back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Has time. Throws it down the field. Called one-handed and brought it in.
That's Caleb Alves right there.
Woo! Alves with a
catch.
one-handed catch and brought it in. First and goal, Comets.
Odell Beckham catch.
The ball's going to be spotted on the 6-yard line, so first and goal on the 6. Take that
What a
back. It's
catch.
going to be on the 7-yard line. Man, what a catch. And it looked like he was going to miss it, but he put that paw out there and brought that thing right in.
Well, I really like how he went to the ball. You know?
Yes, he did.
I mean,
He
it
did.
looked like Jake just tossed it up there because they both look pretty covered.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both the receivers. We had a receiver on a go route down the sideline, so it looked like he just wailed it up there. And then all of a sudden, here comes Caleb up in the air with that one hand, with that one paw, and grabs it. It's pretty awesome.
Bolton's dancing around in the backfield, and he will be gang tackled, and I mean gang tackled by the
He'll
Eagles.
still get a couple of yards, won't he?
Yes, he will.
Heck,
He got past the 10, so the ball is only 4-yard line. So second and goal, ball on the 4. Comets knocking on the door for more here as we start the 2017 season.
Ball's on the 3.
They placed it on the 3-yard line. I was off one. 3-yard line.
You know, this has got to be a test to see if we're going to miss any steps, you know, being that we, lost several offensive line last year, because is it going to be similar to last year's game? Last year's score was 30 to something.
Yeah.
Bishop Kelley. And it'll be interesting to see how explosive the offense is going to be as much as it was last year. So far, definitely a lot of stuff in the air.
Yes,
A lot
yes.
of throwing the football.
Well, that last play will be incomplete. It'll be third and goal, ball on the 3-yard line, intended for O.C. Walker. It was basically just O.C. Walker against the safety and to see if he can just, pin that ball in there on him. He wasn't able to, but he did the smart thing. He threw it kind of high and away instead of, low and inside where it had a chance to be picked off and taken back to the house. Gives it back to Bolton up the middle, and he runs over
That's
some
a
folks.
touchdown.
Did he fall in? No, they're going to say he's at the 1-yard line.
I got this referee down here.
Now
saying
here they
it's a
come.
touchdown right
Here they come in down. They're calling it a touchdown.
The line ref down on this side said it was a touchdown on our side, or the Edison side.
Well, he kind of fell on somebody, so he wasn't really down. They do that laying on top of a body.
Yeah.
So Dalton Stravosky will attempt the extra point. Heard he's gotten a lot better this year as well.
Yes.
He was already good.
Yes, he's out. He is outstanding.
He was already good, and they said he got better. So
he is outstanding. I like to see David Bolton, not a big guy, right? Mm-hmm. Run the ball at the middle like a fullback.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He gets there through the middle in the pile, and he's driving the pile. I mean, just a great effort by the offensive line there, and a great effort by David just to keep driving his feet and keep moving.
Yes, indeed. So with 4:17 left in the first quarter, Comets get on the board again. They lead 14-0 over the Edison Eagles. This is the 2017 opening season game. Comets looking like they're in rare form almost. They were a couple of questionable, offensive line miscues where, he made the quarterback have to kind of run for his life, but great, outstanding catch. But that Alvarez, oh my goodness, that was just a catch. You thought it was going to be like overthrown and just fall in the middle between the two receivers. But like I said, he put that big paw out there and brought it in. Like you said, when he said Odell Beckham-ish.
Well, and the coaches can adjust the passing, right? So we throw some quick pass routes, so that we're not sitting in the pocket for too terribly long time.
Yes.
If the pass protection is starting to break down a little bit. So, and we have the receiving core to do really everything we want to do in the passing game.
And it's going to be another high, wobbly kick, and it's going to bounce and maybe go out of bounds. Nope, it's going to stay in bounds and run past. And that's recovered by the Comets. Still loose. No, I thought the Comets got on it, but I think the Eagles might have got it back. But, man, the Eagles did get it back. That ball bounced right by the intended receiver, but it's going to be recovered by the Eagles. Number 7, Xavier Richards gets on it. But, boy, you talk about almost would have really been ugly for the Eagles if the Comets could have got on that one, that deep in there.
I couldn't tell if he touched the ball. Did he?
No, he didn't touch it. The ball went right by him. But on a kickoff, the ball is live anyway, even if he doesn't touch it. So, yeah, the ball rolled right by him because he thought it was going to go out of bounds, but it didn't. And so he ran up to it, and it took another bounce and went by him. So you got to love that football. You just don't know which way it's going to go. And, again, sometimes it can go your way, and sometimes it could just be your enemy. It won't bounce your way at all. And the Eagles have a man in motion. Quarterback's going to keep it. And he turns around and gets away to one guy and just
nowhere to go.
I think he got a yard on that. And in on there is going to be big number, looks like 73 this time for the Comets.
Big Price Pettit.
And along with number 7 also.
Second down. 9 yards to go.
So the quarterback for the Eagles is number 11, Cole Carlton. And he has his hands full tonight because this Comet defense is they're spying him out and they're now allowing him to run or anything. They're definitely taking advantage of this guy. You know, the gaps that they're getting, they're taking advantage of them.
Yeah, the defensive line is getting excellent penetration in the gap.
And the quarterback's going to pitch it outside. He cuts inside. And he's got some room to run, but will be brought down from behind. My number looks like 29 for the Comets, and that was a long yard.
And that was Jack Griffin. That's our free safety out there, and get past him, and it might be off to the races for the Eagles.
Well, he wrapped those ankles up. It's 3rd and 1, about 3rd and 1. Man, he made up 9 yards on that play because they pitched out and he cut back and he had some room to run. So he has a man in motion. He gets it, hands it off inside, and goes nowhere.
And that would not be a first down.
No, it will not. And we have a little
bit pushing around.
Yeah, we have a little
extracurricular activity out there.
As you can tell, it's early in the season. Guys are excited, happy to see you. You know what they were saying. So how was your summer? How was your workout? Mine was awesome. How did you do? Now, I'm sure there's several players out there watching this, ex-players going, that ain't what they said.
No, that's the censored version right there.
You know, I'm thinking about going to fast food after the game. What about you?
Whataburger, anyone?
Speaking of that, unfortunately, we'll talk about that after this play here. And it's going to be 4th and 1, and the Eagles are going for it deep in their own territory. Ball on about the 20-yard line, actually, and make it the 22.
They're going to call timeout.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to think about this. Yeah, I think they're going to give this one a second thought. But, again, like you mentioned, Waterberg, I'd like to say, beside, the 4 tornadoes that hit Tulsa, which I found out that it wasn't 1, it was 4 that dropped down and did all that devastation and took out, Panera and Whataburger and some places in the mall and everything. So, and you said Whataburger, and I was like, man, that's not there anymore. It's been leveled.
It has.
Yeah, it's been leveled.
I just saw that the other day, and I didn't know that they were going to do that.
Yeah.
When I drove by the school there and saw that it was just a concrete pad, it's the only thing that's left.
Yeah, but you can see the student section is out in full force, and everyone has jerseys on. And I'm digging the old school Blazers jersey over there, as well as the Chicago Cubs, diehard Cubs fan. Go Cubs,
go
World
Cubs.
Series champs. Yes, indeed. We got some Kansas out there, some Phoenix Suns. So, but definitely, our hearts and minds and prayers are going out to everyone in Houston. I mean,
man, big time.
Yeah, flooding is just never a good thing, and everyone talks about us being in the tornado alley, but man, just to watch the devastation of a flood is just, oh my goodness,
it's awful.
Yes, indeed. But it looks like the Eagles are going to go ahead and go for it after their timeout. Comets went for theirs on 4th down, and the Eagles are going to give theirs a shot, and they give it out to the running back, and he won't go nowhere. Stonewalled him right to the line. He's still trying to run, but he might get the first down and gave him second effort. Nope. He got caught in the backfield, and he made his way right back up to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be turnover on downs. Actually, the Comets came up with the ball. I don't know how they pulled that one out, but you already know in those piles, you don't know what's going on. So the Comet defense stands on 4th and 1, and they turn the Eagles back, and it is turnover on downs. Comets have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I would have punted the football if I was the Edison Eagles.
I can understand the momentum thing because you can see your team is kind of getting pushed around. So
well, and it's definitely a good test. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Let's test it out and see if we can make things happen. But I tell you, that defense on the Bishop Kelley side, That defense is going to make a lot of outstanding plays like that all year long.
And they came. I mean, you could see when that ball was snapped, they didn't fall for the revert. They didn't fall for the pitch out. They went straight after the running back and just stonewalled.
And I think you got to watch that defensive line. That defensive line is so quick off the football. They're so quick off the football. They're so quick to get off their blocks.
And they're going right to the end zone. Touchdown, just like that. First play. O.C. Walker on the reception.
Outstanding.
Man, first play. I mean, right over the defender's outstretched hands, too. I mean, because he put his hands up to try to knock it down and right over the fingertips and right into the hands of Walker.
It's just outstanding confidence by Jake McMurray in the pocket.
Yes.
I mean, and just lays that ball perfectly right over the defender, right into his hands. I mean, that was a great throw. And this is where we were going to talk about the 7-on-7 tournaments that they had over the summer and the springtime and things like that, to where the passing game with Jake McMurray, and there's the kick.
And the
extra point is good, and I'm kind of glad Stravolsky didn't get hurt. They landed right at his feet, and you saw him go down, so you definitely don't want that.
Oh, not at all. I mean, that foot's going to come in. That leg's going to come in handy this year. I can guarantee you that.
I'm with you 100% on that one.
Guarantee you that.
With 1:47 left in the first quarter, the Comets add to the lead, making it 21-0 over the Edison Eagles.
So, talking about, the passing league, the 7-on-7 passing league is strictly passing. It's a great opportunity for receivers to work on their routes, a great opportunity for the quarterback to work on his passing technique, his passing technique and his timing. So his timing and his passing technique. I mean, I think that Jake's gotten extremely better because of that. I mean, not to mention all the time that they spend in practice working on the passing game, but I think that it looks like it's starting to pay off. I know that last year in the passing league they didn't do so well as they did this year. So I don't know. I just look to see it more often, especially if we've got some protection.
Stravolsky this time, he gets it right back to the return man, and he bounces outside. He has a wall, but the Comets come in, and they're trying to stretch it out, and they do. Still on his feet, dancing around. He keeps his feet, and it's going to go down out of bounds. But, yeah, there's a flag. And we have another flag.
That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get up, and I guess the return guy spun all around and almost stepped on the guy trying to tackle him. No, that was going to go against the Comets. I saw him point to one of the Comet players.
Well, yes, maybe he was. Is that Stravolsky that was down there in the tackle?
I think so. I think he made his way down there to help tackle. Can't ever be said. Our kicker is scared.
Well, how many flags we got? 3.
We got 3 flags. Yeah, you got a block in the back. I'm sure you have probably a sportsmanlike conduct is coming, and I'm not sure if it's dead ball, but you could tell whoever it was. The coach is talking to one of the players for the Edison Eagles. He had his hands on his side and he was talking to him like, come on, knock this off.
I'll tell you what, it's really cool to be here.
It is. It really is.
I played at Edison High School.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I played at this very stadium here before they had this really nice turf.
Oh, yeah. I was at Nathan Hale, and I remember the grass. And
you remember the grass?
You didn't even want to be here when it rained.
No. Oh, my gosh. I remember playing Memorial, Hale, Rogers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did the play-by-play for a semi-pro football team, the Oklahoma Thunder.
Oh,
and they played here for a while. And,
Yeah,
and this press box wasn't here when I did it. It was the old box. It was blazing hot and everything else. So this new setup I love it. Here we go with the call here. We're going to have block in the back, and then we're going to have personal foul. We'll go against the Eagles. And we have a dead ball, personal foul against the Comets. And a personal foul against the Eagles. So those two will offset, and it will be first down for the Eagles. So fortunately for both teams, no real big they're offset because both sides had a little, extracurricular activity, as we like to call it, going on. So no one will get, no further yards advanced or, taken away. So. But the block in the back stands, even though the personal fouls were offsetting. The block in the back still stands, and so his return was to about the 40-yard line. It will push it back to the 24-yard line now.
It's great to see Price Pettit, number 73, out there playing some nose tackle. I coached him when he was in second grade.
Really?
Yeah, we had a first grade, second grade team because we didn't have enough of either one, and he was a second grader on our second grade team. Great kid.
Well, he's been making his way in the backfield as much as he can.
And he is just bowling over people.
Yes, he is. And the quarterback, he may have gotten the 2 yards, so it won't be considered a sack. So he picked up 2 yards. In on the tackle, number 15, and it looks like number 18 for the Comets. So he'll gain about 2 yards. He'll make it 2nd down and 8. We're almost under a minute here in the first quarter, and I'm sure the Eagles are probably glad about that. Because this has been a long first quarter. It really has.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure even if our numbers have changed. We're number 18 for the Comets.
Yeah, I have it on my roster as Ryan Jeffries.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Junior.
Yeah, folks, we do apologize. We're not purposely leading. And they do a pitch out and right there. Man, is he mad. And he's going to lose 4 yards on that play. They pitched the ball out to the running back, and Reese Jones just met him and stonewalled him. Pitch went to number 12, Wyatt Ellis. And Ellis was just met by Reese Jones, and it was a gain of 2, and there's a loss of 4. So it's going to be 3rd down and 12 now.
Yeah, Reese Jones playing kind of a hybrid defensive back / linebacker.
Hybrid, love that word.
A hybrid, yeah. Kind of a hybrid. He goes out into coverage a lot with the slot.
Yeah.
When they have the middle linebacker, 37, Kyle Mathis, that's what that position that my son plays. And
okay.
So that's pretty much their linebacker, and they move, Reese Jones at times out to the slot receiver coverage. So he was definitely right there for the quarterback.
When that will end the first quarter as your Comets lead 21-0. Pitch to shutout in the first quarter against the Edison Eagles, as we'll get ready to start the second quarter. When we do it, it'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Eagles. Comet defense showing some strength on that 4th and 1, but also, too, getting back there in the backfield and not allowing Edison to gain any momentum.
Well, and they haven't even crossed the 50.
No, they haven't.
They haven't crossed the 50-yard line yet. I don't know that they will for the rest of the game. Depends on, if Coach starts they might get some yards if Coach starts throwing in some additional sophomores or something like that to get some more playing time for some of the JV boys to get in some game time, get in some reps. But this defense isn't going to give up really anything to this Edison Eagles team.
Well, you got to commend them for the first drive. The Comets get the ball. They try to run it. It looks like they're getting stonewall, go right to the pass, and you get like Corey Lewis on a couple of 5-yard slants inside, and they threw one out to him outside, and he starts stretching the field, so the defense moves away. They kind of open up a little bit, and then, the Comets finally, punch it in. Then you turn around and get the ball right back after a 3 and out.
And you can still see the line. There's still a line.
It sure is. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, well, it's not in the parking lot right now, but there's still a line. They're slowly checking them into the game here.
Yeah, we can see Mr. Blazik over here wishing that we'd shown it earlier when it was way out in the parking lot.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. As play resumes, 3rd down and 12. Quarterback drops back, and he throws a quick pass, and the receiver got tripped up, and it will be incomplete.
I don't know about that pass. I'm not sure what was wrong with it. It just didn't look right.
Well, it was intended for Sevion Morrison, and he got tripped up. He stumbled over, coming out of the gate, so to speak, and so he didn't have enough speed to get up there to it because he had a defender on him and one coming. So if he'd have caught it, he'd have had the first down, but, boy, he'd have paid for it.
Well, and that's the kind of pass routes they're going to have to throw to, those quick routes, those quick release routes, because they just don't have any protection on the quarterback.
No, they don't, because as soon as he threw the ball, he had somebody right in his face. And it was a smart move by the defender by not going and just drilling him into the ground and getting a 15-yard penalty for roughing the passer. And this punt's going to be, nice punt. It's going to back up Bolton. He gets it about the 35. Makes a guy miss. He gets one block, and it's going to be a flag. He makes another guy miss. He's around the corner, and he's going to be forced out of bounds.
That's coming back.
Yes, indeed, but there was a flag thrown. And that's probably either going to be holding or blocking the back. You got to – it was a great return because he got the ball right into Edison side of the field about the 43-yard line, and it's all going to come back now.
Yeah, there might have been a block in the back. It looked like more to the side, of course, but
they might call that holding more than blocking the back.
Let's see.
We're waiting to get the call here. Yep. Nope, they call blocking the back. Yep.
That's a little bit iffy, in my opinion. But hey,
well,
it is what it is.
We're not going to start the season out like that. We're just going to take the call as it is and move on.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It is what it is.
Well, I think we definitely expressed our opinions last year on some of the calls, so we won't start the season out like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's going to back the Comets all the way back to about the 25-yard line. I mean, they started out with decent field position, but that one penalty, and there you go, you get what you get. And again, we do miss you, Kev. I wish you could have made it. We were looking for you, and before the game started, we just looking out for you. But I'm really hoping you recover and feel better. And we see you next week for the Battle of the Bishops. As a handoff, and he's breaking through the line. Nope, he's going to be brought down after a gain of maybe 1. No, we're going to lose a yard on that play. And Bolton's going to be the carrier on that one.
Tackle for the Eagles.
Well, I know Kevin is going to make the McGinnis game.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
I know that is going to be an outstanding football game.
If he's flown in and lowered down.
we can get the helicopter over there to fly him in right there and get him at the 50.
Yes, indeed. Back to pass. He has a man open, giving to Corey Lewis in the open in the flats. Makes the guy miss. Is going to be forced out of bounds by number 44 for the Eagles, and that's going to be Bingham. And that's going to make that third down and about 8. Make it 7. 3rd and 7 after a gain. Nice gain, though, picking up the 2-yard loss.
Mm-hmm.
So see if the Comets stretch it down the field. They've been kind of dinking and dunking. They really haven't gone deep to see if they can nail that, land that big play. Mm-hmm. So see if they look for that opportunity here. But one thing will happen, and I will say, if they keep this defense on the field, we have a
screen.
Yep, screen play. Make one guy miss, and he's going to come up behind the other guy. Will be brought down from behind by number 52, Bryce Capron, and that's going to make it 4th down and about Caprone. I'm sorry, is pronounced Caprone. It's going to make it 4th and 4. And the Comets are going for this. They might pooch punt this, though. You know what I mean? Because they have the offense, but I think he's done it before. He's been able to pooch punt. And we're going to have, looks like our setup is going to be 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. Bolton in the backfield.
We're going for it.
Yeah, we're going for it here.
No, we're kicking it.
Yeah. And look for the offsides. They don't get it. And they pooch punt it. And that's going to be a great
roll.
Yep, there you go. And the roll begins.
Oh,
and he touched it. And he lost it. And that's going to be – they're going to say what? No.
You say he was down?
They're going to – but there's no real – yeah, they're going to say he was down when he touched it. He tried to – well, he tried to down it.
I don't
think so. I think that's a Comets ball. Yeah, I think the referees are going to talk about this because he tried to recover it and he lost it, and the Comets took it from him.
Yeah, that should be a live ball.
Once he put his hands on it, they're talking about it. I want to see if they're going to overturn this call.
The Eagles will take over 1st down.
They're thinking of there's going to be the Eagles' ball as they just brought their ball out. So, boy, the Eagles survive another. That's the second one they've survived tonight.
I don't know about that, but
that was the first 3 and out for the Comets that drive.
Yes.
And we're going to have a timeout, sideline warning against the Comets. Really.
I think that might have been against Edison.
No, they pointed towards us.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they pointed towards us. And so we got a sideline warning. You think?
I know their coaches are trying to get the Edison coaches are trying to get their boys back a little bit.
Yeah, I think they got us. I guess they used us as the warning.
Oh, whoa!
Another screen. Almost intercepted. Intercepted. And the Comets will score a pick 6 for the Comets, number 23 for the Comets. Not sure exactly who his name is. I do want to give him his props though. And he threw that into traffic because he had 2 defenders by his receiver, and he threw it anyway, and it wound up Comets bringing it home.
Dylan Struble.
Struble, okay.
Dylan Struble.
And we have a flag. Hopefully it's not excessive celebration.
We have a flag.
And see what they call it. That'll be unsportsmanlike conduct if that's what it is.
Yeah, Dylan Struble plays the strong safety position.
Man, he came up, though, for that play because they tried to do a screen, and he came up for it.
Yeah, we apologize, folks. We have last year's roster. We do not have this year's roster.
Actually, this penalty is going to go against the Comets because I saw him talking to the coach. Touchdown is good. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah, so that's what I was kind of hoping that wouldn't happen, but I guess he danced a little too much in the end zone when he got them.
Yes, and he shouldn't.
He jumped up and down one time too many.
Yes, he was very excited, and we
Well,
were very
come on,
excited.
man.
We were
Hey,
very
look,
excited for him.
I mean, come on. Defense.
And-
how often do you get in the end zone?
Yeah.
Especially a pick six.
yeah, and you got to do your dance, and now you can't do it anymore.
How often is a defender is not going to celebrate when he gets in the end zone?
Oh, somebody moved.
Yeah, it looks like somebody moved. Yeah. I think the defense jumped because there was somebody trying to get a jump on the ball. Now, I was always told when they do that, you want to follow through anyway. Just, you know what I mean, to get the practice.
Absolutely.
Encroachment.
So it'll be half the distance to half the distance because you can't take it any further. There's a placement. The kick is up, and that is good. So with 10 minutes left in the half, the Comets went 3 and out on the first drive, but then turn right around and get a pick six, and they lead 28-0. Wow. First game, I get it. I do. And you don't expect to see a score like this first game. You don't, because you get a lot of offsides. You get a lot of dumb, lack of a better word, dumb penalties.
Right.
And the Comets have picked up some, and so has the Eagles. But the Comets defense have basically not allowed Edison to get going. And every time it looks like Edison was trying to make something happen, they found a way to stop him.
I'm trying to remember Edison's last first down. We don't have Kevin here to tell us that.
No. See, Kevin, you need to get here, man. You stat guy. Now we're doing double duty.
And we're not doing a very good job.
We're doing really bad. So with the penalty, it's going to back the Comets up. Would have been at the 40-yard line. They will be kicking off from the 25 now. So the Eagles are expecting a lot of good field position, probably the best they've had all night.
Right.
I'm wondering if he's going to drive this deep because he's been kicking high and short. So if he drives it deep, it'll really mess him up. I'm real curious to see what he does here. And it is exactly 10 minutes left in the half. That is you very seldom get it to end right on. And he does. He shows his leg.
Oh, yes.
He shows his leg on that one. And it takes him, and he dropped it, and he's going to pick it up about the 7-yard line. He's trying to dance around.
Face.
Yep. And he got away with a slight face mask, very slight face mask.
Ooh.
Because he reached out and turned him just a little, but it was enough that if
Right on the return.
let's just say we got away with one. Just leave it at that. We got away with one.
I like the call, the deep kick.
Oh yeah,
over the receivers.
Well, but I think you lulled them into that though, because you lulled them into it because you've been pooch kicking all night, and then you get a penalty, you bring up short, and then you just blast it over their head, and then the receiver was trying to catch it and turn up, and then didn't see the ball into his hands, and then you get what you get. Nice turnout here tonight for the Comet side of the field. Got a good turnout. Student section's in full force.
Absolutely.
As he gets the snap, hands it out. Oh, net right at the line. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Hey, the quarterback handed that one off, and he was like, allow me to introduce myself.
That was our nose tackle. That was our nose tackle, that number 18 that made that tackle.
Oh, well, we got an sportsmanlike conduct. Somebody said something, and I think it's going to go against the Comets, and that's going to be 15 yards. Yeah, he's going to go out.
That was on Montrell.
Yeah, I think they know it. Yeah, they got him out of there, and he said something, and the referees are not joking around tonight.
No.
And we're going to have a timeout. Comets are going to have a timeout now. It looks like.
The Comets take a timeout.
So when the play resumes, the Eagles will have the ball 1st and 10 on an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Comets. Dead ball foul.
Man, that hurts because you had those guys pinned deep. First play, you shoot the gap and just stymie that running back, and then you turn around and give him 15 yards.
I don't know what happened to the offensive line on the Edison Eagles side, but I'm pretty sure 18 was at our nose tackle position, Ryan Jeffries.
Yes.
I mean, no one blocked him.
No, he shot straight up the middle.
No one touched him at all, and I'm like, there had to be some sort of miscommunication there on the Edison Eagle offensive line. That's for sure.
It's almost like that. The center snapped the ball and just moved out of the way.
It looked that way.
They just looked at him like they were like they were like slant blocking.
Well, my coach used to call that in college. He called that the lookout block. If you're going to do that block, you might as well turn around and yell, "Look out!"
Yeah, because
because somebody's coming.
Somebody's coming,
and it's my fault. At least have the common courtesy to say, "Look out." He called those the lookout. He called those lookout blocks.
And now I've heard that in the other form where if you get an open hole and you shoot the gap, you better look out because obviously somebody's coming to get you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Offensively, somebody's coming to either take your legs out or crack back on you. But I've never heard it that way. Where you just want to turn around and tell your running back, you might want to look out.
He's coming.
Man in motion, fake the handoff. He throws into the flats and he throws it outside the outstretched hands, and they're going to call it incomplete. Because it bounced, and then it bounced forward, and the receiver picked it up and was trying to head down the field. Don't blame him. They didn't blow the whistle, so I'd have kept running with it. So it's going to make it 2nd down and 10.
Pass incomplete.
We'll get it so that we got
2nd down, 10.
Well, with the score being what it is, Coach, I have to ask you, how soon do you start letting the other guys in after halftime and maybe the third?
Sure. I think, some more sophomores you'll start seeing them probably around halftime.
Or do you say make a statement here?
Well, for sure this half. I think that, keep this group in.
Oh, boy, I thought they were going to light
That's
him up. This would be an interception, and it is. And Corey runs into his own man, and the receiver tackles him.
Pass intercepted.
Corey Lewis with the interception and runs into his own man and helped the defender out. And he is going to be tackled, and the Comets will have the ball. Quarterback aired it out too much. He put too much air on it.
Yeah, I mean, there was no one. There were no receivers in the area. Within maybe 10 yards of that ball.
He was playing center field, basically, waiting for the ball to come down. He really was.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't want use that baseball analogy during football season, but he's basically playing center field, just waiting for the ball to come down.
Yeah. So they're keeping everything underneath, doing what they're supposed to do in the secondary, and the quarterback just let it go a little bit too much.
So the Comets come onto the field. Now, question, do you reward Mr. Lewis and try to send him deep and see if he can get one?
Well, you probably could, absolutely, and nothing wrong with it, that's for sure. We'd certainly be entertained by that.
He said we would be entertained. And they send him down. Nope, they're going to run the ball and right up the middle and still chugging along. After a gain of 8, it will be 2nd and 2. Who was that one on the carry this time?
That's
I think
Reese Jones.
Reese Jones gets back onto the field. I guess he got a breather from playing defense and everything. The hybrid guy gets in. So it's going to be 2 yards to go after a gain of 8. He hit that hole and was moving.
He's big. He's fast. He's big. And he also plays at outside linebacker / defensive back player on the defensive side. So he's definitely got some speed and definitely has some size. Tough to bring down.
Oh, and we're going to have an offside on the Comets. Somebody move. See, these are the penalties I was talking about. First game where you get the defense jump offside, offense accidentally move. So instead of 2nd and 2, we're going to have 2nd and 7.
Well, I don't know how many people watched the Broken Arrow Union game on ESPN, but I would say every other play was some sort of penalty.
Wow, was it that bad?
It was awful. It was just flat out, and a lot of it was Broken Arrow.
Really?
I don't know if it's TV nerves.
Possibly.
Or,
Possibly. Gets to Corey Lewis, and he bops it up in the air, and he drops it. And it hit him in the hands, and I think he was turning up the field before he actually caught it. And we've seen that out of receivers. That's almost like the number one cause of a receiver dropping the ball is he hits his hands and he starts looking up the field instead of like Raymond Berry used to say, watch the ball into your hands.
Well, and from our side of the field, it really looked like there was pretty tight coverage on him. So he was definitely being chased.
Well, and it was a great throw. Because he put it right where he had to put it. So third down. I take that back. 3rd and 7.
And
we're gonna have
jumping all over the place.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of Nobody snapped the ball, so it's going to be 3rd down and long for the Comets. Now it's like these first couple of drives, everything we look pretty, spot on, and now all the jitters look like it's finally catching up, or just mental mistakes are starting to hit.
Well, mentally, maybe because of the score, being ahead so much, and they're at 0, and defense is playing so well. You still got to keep your head in the game.
Oh, exactly. That was definitely my point. You got to keep your head in the game, regardless of what the score is. So 3rd down and long, make it 3rd and 12. Quarterback alone in the backfield. Lewis comes in motion. He fakes the handoff. He steps up in the pocket. He runs outside. He's looking for a man, and he has somebody caught. O.C. Walker, and it will be a first down. And Walker fumbled the ball, but Lewis is right there on spot to recover it. And, boy, Walker just got beat up. I mean, he got tackled and held up. It was the old Raiders-style football where they held you up and the other person come in and clean you up and take the ball in the process. That's exactly what it looked like. The old Raiders back in the 80s used to do that, man. One person would hit you and grab you, hold you up, and then come somebody else would try to clean you up, and then after that they take the ball from you. So
that's right.
I mean, that's old-school tackling right there. And we got 8 minutes actually and counting left in the half. Comets ahead. 28-0, and O.C. Walker bailing the Comets out big time. I mean, really big time. 3rd and long, and he picks up about 15 yards on that one. Hand the ball off. Nice cover-up of the ball, and he's going to gain about 2 yards, does Mr. Hybrid. I might start making that his nickname, Mr. Hybrid.
Mr. Hybrid.
Reese Jones. Good. Well, we called him a whole lot last year, did we not?
We did. We did. He's I'd say so far he's doing a pretty good job protecting the football tonight.
And I like that because the first game of the season, you see a lot of fumbles. I mean, I think with the O.C. Walker thing, that actually got stripped. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was, like I said, he was basically getting held up. And, whoa, a nice high snap, but brought down in time. And it's going to be another short game as the Edison's defense is starting to stand up here, man. They're not giving up much. That's another 1 yard gain. So it's 3rd and 8.
52. Capone on the tackle.
For the Eagles, Capone on the tackle, but Capron on the tackle.
Also, Keelan Hay on the tackle.
So, this is probably where it's going to be our big test. Our big test is going to be McGinnis for this offensive line.
Yes.
That's going to be the big test for this offensive line.
And I missed that game last year because I couldn't leave because I was on call, but I watched it, and we were just pretty dead even. And I'm curious now. Oh, cross the slant, caught by Corey Lewis, breaks a guy. And he just got leveled.
First down, Comets.
But he will have a first down. Man, what a catch, but, man, he got leveled. And they're going to bring him off and let him get a breather on that one. But, man.
First down, Comet.
On the tackle, number 67, Whitney Aslan. Well, I think I'd hit somebody hard, too, if they named me Whitney for a first name. There's a guy. Sorry. I'm just being honest. What is the Johnny Cash song, Boy Called Sue? I think the story behind that one was the dad wasn't going to be around, so he gave him a name to help the boy, make him fight and everything to be tough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, something like that. But you shouldn't do that today.
Yeah.
And there he goes. Man, he tried to cut back, and he slipped and fell. What did Mr. Hybrid? Whoa, did he lose his hat? What happened? The referee threw his hat, or the hat flew off. Something happened.
I didn't see that. Towel.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down.
So, man, he tried to cut back. He really did. He saw that opening, and he tried to cut back, and he slipped and fell. Coach, I'm really looking here. I'm wondering if my eyes deceive me, but the far line judge is a female.
Oh, is that right?
I'm breaking out the old specs to get a better look, actually.
All right.
I think that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
As the Comets have it, and he's back to pass. He has time.
Time.
Yeah, and there's his man. Oh, did he get it? Yes. He did. Alves with another great catch. Alves brings it in, falling down. Wow. 1st and goal, Comets. Ball on the 2-yard line.
What a catch.
First down.
And, Coach,
2-yard line.
Look at the replay right
And
here.
the replay here, it's going to be caught. Yes, he brought it in. And the great part about it, he put his hands in the air to make sure they saw he caught the ball. What a instant replay, folks. If you hadn't seen it, we got it this time, first time for this year. We got instant replay. So you guys, and we, believe it or not, we're working on possibly getting a teleprompter so we can draw. Man, what a tackle. Man, he just took. Man, I think we have another running back this time. Was that still Mr. Hybrid? Nope.
Morales on the tackle.
He met him at the line and dropped him, and that's no gain. So 2nd and goal. So see what we get here. 2nd and goal. Comets trying to punch this thing in. 4:11 left in the half. Give it right up the middle again, and he's going to walk in. Touchdown, Comets.
Touchdown, Comets.
Touchdown, Comets.
I believe so. I believe it is a referee on the far line is a female. And the kick is going to be blocked. No, it messed up the snap, and the Comets have a chance for 2. And they almost get it as the defender and one of the Comet players are fighting for it, and they almost got the 2-point conversion. And I've been kind of noticing the snaps have been kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down. But this time it made its pay. 4:04 left in the half. Comets lead 34-0 over the Eagles, still pitching a shutout in the second quarter. Pitched the shutout in the first quarter. I think that's great high school level, having a female ref. I think that's really good. I mean, because if you're going to start moving up the ladder to try to make it to the big, NFL, college NFL, got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. Well, just thinking about that catch from OC there.
My goodness.
Going to watch these guys play the 7-on-7 passing league tournaments. I mean, we saw those catches all over the place.
Really?
These guys. Oh, my gosh. I mean, some really unbelievable catches just like that. I mean, I just think that in the Arkansas tournament, I think the previous year they had come in kind of towards the last part of the group, and this year they were one of the final 8 teams.
Yes, I read about that
in the tournament. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it just tells you that our receiving core is really good this year, and Jake McMurray is throwing the ball really well.
Oh, he is. I was watching him warm up, and they got the high angle kick, and it's going to, brought in.
He fields it this time.
Yes, he does. And he's got he's running up the line, and he's going to be forced out of bounds as he started walking the line and actually have the Eagles with the best field position of the game for them so far. We should say of the first half. They're going to have the ball about the 40-yard line.
I said Dalton's getting in there, getting him some contact, our kicker.
Yes,
he was in there, help get him out of bounds.
Again, never let it say that our kicker is scared.
No, he's tough. He is tough.
Now, this is where you, as a defensive coordinator, you tell your defense, do not let them score.
Oh, I would tell my guys, hey, you take some pride in that.
Exactly.
In that goose egg right there. You take some pride in that.
Take some pride in it.
And you don't let up.
Indeed, do not let up. Sends a man in motion. He turns and he pitches wide, and they cut it inside.
Penalty.
And, flag down.
Oh, and he's still loose. What were we just saying?
Yep. Oh, fumble the ball.
And we got it.
And Corey, no, we got it. The Comets got it. Comets got the ball. What a play. There's a flag on the play as well. This fumble recovery might stand as it's going to be recovered by number 18 for the Comets. And they're saying the Comets got the ball, and what a play. But let's see what this penalty. No, we got unsportsmanlike conduct now. And that's going to go against the Eagles.
Yep.
As the referee just basically pointed to the young man who he threw the flag on.
On the fumble.
Yeah, I think if you say something to the ref, I think he's going to throw the flag.
I told you these refs aren't joking around tonight.
No,
they are not joking around. They're letting these kids know. Oh no, you're not just going to say what you want to say to me.
Right. So now he's going to tell coach.
Yeah,
ooh.
He might get ejected if he says something crazy enough. Let's see what we got here. We have, it was a chop block. Wow, against the offense.
Decline.
And that will be declined. Comets get the ball first and 10.
All right.
Man.
Dead ball.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct will go against the Eagles. So that'll be 15 yards. So the Comets will get the ball about the 40-yard line. Man, wait, talk about a break.
Wow.
And we have another dead ball in sportsmanlike conduct against the Comets. Really? When did that one come up? Because
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I really didn't. I didn't see that one. He said a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, they marched off the one. They marched off the one against the Eagles. I didn't see the one against us.
Well, if they get it to us, it was going to put the ball right back on the 20, basically.
Right.
No, but yeah, I didn't see that penalty. I mean, he said unsportsmanlike against us. I didn't see that penalty.
I didn't either.
Man, what talk about a break.
Big time.
Yeah, I mean, you give up a big run and you get them to fumble, but they all would have came back anyway because you had a chop block, and that's a 15-yarder. Comets get the ball, gives it to Bolton. Bolton's trying to get around the corner. Nope, he makes a guy miss, and he will go down before another player comes in and really try to get him. And that play is going to be for a loss, leading the way number 44. That's going to be, we called him a lot tonight, Bingham. He's in on that one. So that was like a 3-yard loss. So the Comets will have a 2nd and 13, 3:20 and counting left in the half.
He did a really, Bingham did a really good job of reading the outside zone blocking. So we taking all the offensive line outside zone and letting the running back get outside and see the cutback or see the hole.
Yes.
And so 44 did a really good job of just reading that outside zone, finding a gap, and getting the tackle.
Yeah, he was out there waiting on him, too. He tried to turn the corner, but he met him right at the corner.
And this was just really about pursuit, staying on the inside hip and not over-pursuing.
And they're going to give this one, and that's going to be a gain, picking up the loss of 3 and maybe a yard more will be Bolton again. So that's going to make it 3rd and 10.
3rd down, 10 to go.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Comets. Now, do you stretch it? That's the question. Do you stretch the field here? You're 2:28 and counting. I mean, do you try to get one more score before halftime?
Oh, absolutely.
I think, the instant replay is awesome, but if we actually do get a teleprompter with a pen, we're going to be like little kids up here. You know that, right? just throwing that out there. So, folks,
yes.
I think the Comets are going to take their last timeout. They are. So it's going to be timeout Comets with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the half. But, yeah, the Comets, it will be like little kids up here drawing all over the place, trying to show how smart we are. And then after a while, folks will be like, okay, they're just doodling now.
Well, I'm trying to get on Squirtle here to get some score updates because that Bishop McGinnis game was 8-6 McGinnis.
Wow. Man.
8-6 McGinnis against Dell City.
Wow, okay.
So trying to get some updates on Score, and they're having a little trouble with their servers on Squirtle.
Ah, yes. Gotta love Squirtle.
Yeah. Got it on my iPad now. Now it's really fun.
Someone turned me on to one that's a score stream. It's like Squirtle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, score stream. It's kind of the same thing.
The nice thing about the Squirtle is you can also track the youth scores.
Yes.
The INFC scores. Mm-hmm. All right, so here we go.
So 3rd and 10, the Comets are coming back out.
No, my fault. McGinnis 6, Dell City 8.
Wow, it's the other way around. Do you think they might have looked by them?
I don't know, but that's
I mean, nothing. I'm not taking anything away from Dell City, but by any stretch of the means. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm looking to see if and Dell City's in the preseason was ranked 9th. So OK Preps put them at 9th. They put us at 5th.
And Comets are going for it. Oh, man, knocked down by the defender. I mean, he hit him right on his fingertips, intended for number 29, and I think it was broken up by that's going to make it 4th down as we're under 2 minutes. And I think the Comets are going to just punt this one away here. But, yeah, I mean, nothing against Dell. You do you kind of think you overlook a team? You know, knowing that your next game is a really big game.
Well, I either that or we're just not. You know, I mean, how good is Bishop McGinnis this year?
Yeah,
You know, I mean, they were the second place team in 5A last year, so had an outstanding season.
Mm-hmm.
And we played them tough. I mean, we looked very even against them last year. Oh, we messed up the snap.
And the Comets didn't get it on it, and they're going to be a touchdown. Yes, fumble recovery and touchdown for the Eagles. And believe it or not, we have an updated roster.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations to us and to the fans.
Wow, there's flags everywhere. And there's the instant replay of it. You can see a bad snap, and the punter, he didn't put a lot of effort in going to get that one, and because of that, let's see where the flag. They're sorting all this mess out. So there's the touchdown is good.
Touchdown, Eagles.
So the Eagles get on the board on the defensive touchdown from a miscue from special teams by the Comets. So we have dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Comets. Rough, and there'll be an assist on the kick, though. So the Eagles will be kicking the ball off about the 45-yard line, of the Comets. You know what that reminds me of? This reminds me of the TU game last night. That's the only play I really watched of the OSU-TU game is when OSU was trying to return a punt. The guy wouldn't go. He didn't let the ball go by him. And the extra point attempt is good. He picked it up and tried to run, and he got tackled, fumbled the ball in the end zone, and Tulsa scored. They were losing 21-0 at that time. And that almost looked just kind of like that. So with 1:48 left in the half, the Eagles have something to celebrate about now. As they finally get on the board, they are trailing 34-7 to the Comets. And isn't it amazing? Each fumble that the Eagles had, the Comets weren't able to get. But the Comets get one up, and it is a costly fumble. And as you can see, like I said, the student section is in full force over there. I'm impressed to be on the road, and our student section is almost taking the entire section that they're sitting in.
Okay, so now I'm going back to look at our roster. The pick six was 23, Philip Woolslayer.
Oh, Woolslayer, okay.
Yep.
Yes,
Philip
indeed.
Woolslayer, middle linebacker. Philip Woolslayer, middle linebacker.
So they're going to put the ball on the 50-yard line. I thought unsportsmanlike was 15 yards, and they normally kick from the 40. They only gave it a 10-yard penalty. They should be kicking from the 45-yard line, actually. I think they are. They're going to place the ball. You're kicking the ball now, yeah.
They are.
So if they squib kick this, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. It really wouldn't. It wouldn't shock me one bit. You know, try to see if they can get it since they got a little momentum now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure the coaches already told the boys up front, be ready for anything. Because I don't see them blasting this ball out of the end zone. I really don't. Because there's, you know what I mean? And he does. He's going to kick it out of the end zone. Yep, and it will go. I was expecting something different. I really was. I thought they'd try to squib kick it to see if they can get the recovery. So it'd be a touchback, and the Comets will get the ball. I believe it's 20-yard line still, unless they changed it to the 25.
It's at looks like the 20. Yep.
So first down and 10 for the Comets. Comets got a lead of 34-7 over the Eagles, almost halftime. I'm sure if Coach DePannon wanted to fuss about anything, he has a reason to fuss now. Well, all the unsportsmanlike conducts and penalties. I mean, that's another reason to go in and say, look, why? You know, look at the score. Why?
Yeah, why? I mean, absolutely. And you got to understand. You got to understand the rules too.
Yeah.
You know, as a player, you got to understand the rules and pay attention to what. Yeah, especially with the score 34-7.
Yeah, I mean, it was 34-0 before that happened. He still had unsportsmanlike conducts all over the place.
Yeah, there's just no reason for that.
Hands it off to his running back. He's going to be brought down from behind after a gain of, well, they're going to say a loss of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 11. And Bolton looked like he was on that carry, so 2nd and 11. And I will give the Eagles defense, they have been doing what they can whenever the Comets try to stretch the field to the left or the right, the short or wide side of the field. They've been there.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see the rushing yards for this game as a stat.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to be we have a huge rushing the football dominance in this particular football game.
We really haven't, but I think what Coach Patton is doing is just going to run the clock out. And if we get yards from it, we get yards. And we do get yards.
Here we go.
And we will get a first down as
Here we go.
Bolton gets around the corner. Yes, he does. Right at the sticks. He's right at the sticks.
So that's what I like. As soon as I say something, we do something good.
Yeah, you would think, are they calling this a first down? Nope, there's a flag. Yep, there's a flag in the back of the field at the 15-yard line. So usually if it's that far in the back, it's either holding or blocking the back. But since he turned the corner so fast, it's probably going to be holding.
Yeah, that just negates that.
Man, and that was a great run, too. He turned the corner.
Sure did.
And he really made – he stretched that out pretty quick.
He's just really quick. He's a fast running back.
But that puts us at 1 minute and 1 second left in the half, and the Comets were just basically trying to run the clock out because the Eagles would get the ball to start the second half, actually.
Yeah, just remember, folks, we still have another half of football to go, and it's 34-7, Bishop Kelley.
Yeah.
Replay 2nd down.
So 2nd down and long for the Comets. I'm sure they're probably just going to run this one as well. Yep, hands the ball off, looking up the middle. And Bolton breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he picks up some of those penalty yards. And the clock's going to run unless the Eagles try to stop it because they have 2 timeouts left. It's 3rd down. Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to just let it run out, too. I figured they'd try to stop the clock and see if they can, because the defense have been holding the Comets. And, they've made some pretty good stands. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and let that clock run. I guess they said we're going to just take our 7 and go in. And they give it to Bolton. He dances around. He reverses his field, and it's just a foot race. He makes a guy miss, still dancing around. I think he's just running the clock out, and he does. We're at 3 seconds. Nope. And really, are the Eagles taking a timeout? Please don't tell me they're taking a timeout with 3 seconds left. I'm waiting to see. Are they taking a timeout?
Yeah, I believe they are because it's 4th down.
It's 4th down. Yeah.
I believe they are because it's 4th down.
Yeah, it's 4th down. And I guess they're probably going to try to see if they can get the punt.
Yeah, they're going to see if they can get that punt.
Yeah, they're going to go after it. They're going to see if Lightning can strike twice. They're going after that punt. Now, if you really want to do something crazy, fake it, send somebody down the middle of the field, and see if you can get that first down. You got, 3 seconds by the time this play unfolds. You see what I mean? The play will be, the half will be over. Plus, if they bring the house.
Well, what if we snap it into the back of the end zone? Is that a safety?
Yes, it is.
So we snap it in the back of the end zone, or the punter runs to the back of the end zone, gets a safety, and it's over.
Yeah.
And the half's over.
Half's over. But I'm thinking if they're going to bring the house, why not see if you can make them pay? That's just me, though.
Oh, no. Yeah. I'd go after it. If I'm calling defense on Edison right now, yeah.
I've watched your games as a coach. I already know you'll go after it. That's not saying anything new. I know you go after it. As you can see, I think what the Comets are going to do is kneel down. Well, no, they're not gonna, I think he's just going to run around, yeah.
For the Comets.
Yep, they're going to hand it off and let Bolton run it out.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what will happen, and that will end the half. That was smart.
Absolutely.
That was smart.
Comets 34, Eagles 7.
And we're at halftime, folks, and your Comets lead big, 34-7 over the Edison Eagles. And, Coach, just a recap of what went down. First half, yeah, definitely. First half. You know I'm going to tease you about that. The first half, look. I mean, the Comets look like they're hitting on all cylinders first quarter, I should say. They made a lot of plays. I mean, the run looked like it was getting stuffed, and they opened up the passing game and just took off down the field.
Well, and I think that's the keynote for the whole first half of the offense is they were able to open up the pass. So, Edison's having a difficult time covering our receivers, whether they're covering a zone, which they're giving a pretty large cushion, for the receivers to run their quick routes and to get open. I mean, our receiver core has some serious speed and some serious talent at catching the football, especially catching the football on the run. You saw those 2 outstanding catches by OC.
Yes.
By OC and by
Alves.
By Caleb.
Yes.
So, I mean, and that was just, really a repeat of what we saw in the 7v7 passing league tournaments. So it's been really interesting to see that kind of come over to this particular game and see our offense play like that. Defensively, it's just a domination. I mean,
I totally agree. Defensively,
you can look at the score. You can say how many first downs does Edison have? I think maybe 1 first down, 2 first downs.
I think they've gotten about 2 first downs,
something like that. 2 to 3, not been across the 50. I mean, except for that one big run, but they fumbled the football on that one big run.
But that was coming back because it was a chop block.
Yeah, there was a chop block penalty on that. So, I think defense is you and I talked about this, just the other day, that it was going to be defense that was going to carry so much of this team this year because there's so much speed on that defense. There's so much quickness, especially on the front defensive lineman, the nose tackle, and the 2 tackles. Led by Bryce Alonzo, one of our outside linebackers. We have a great linebacker core, and our secondary is just as a lot of our secondary guys play receiver.
Yes, exactly.
So we still have so much speed in the secondary.
That if you had to give them a grade, I mean, I would say definitely an A in the first quarter, but then had to give them a C because we had a whole lot of penalties, sportsmanlike conduct, and a lot of unneeded penalties, and that the Comets were a part of,
Certainly.
Then the bad snap. I mean, and that would really, you got all the momentum, and all of a sudden you just give something up like that.
Right.
So, but we are at halftime, folks. We'd like to thank you guys for watching, and thank you. We say welcome to the 2017 season of the Bishop Kelley Comets. We're going to go ahead over to the Coaches Show. I'm Sam Harbin.
I'm Coach Axe.
And Kevin, we do miss you. Get back soon. This is BKTV.live.
So here it is, the eagerly awaited first game of the 2017 football season. It is the Bishop Kelley Comets against the Edison Eagles. Ahead of tonight's game, we caught up with head coach JJ Tapana.
We played them for a while. I'm good friends with their head coach. We always have film on each other. I've gone and watched him play a couple of times. So, athletic. It's his second year there. He used to coach at Tulsa Memorial for a while, so I'm familiar with what he does. And, first game is always hard. A couple of special teams miscues could put you in the hole, and, you could get down to a team maybe you shouldn't get down to. Or, same happens for them too. So the first game's got a lot of jitters in it and a lot of unknowns to it because you don't really know how you are. It's hard to gauge yourself. So people ask you if you're going to be good, and just like, I don't know. I'll tell you about 10 o'clock Friday night. We have a big game this week. McGinnis is the next week, and Sepulpa, and really the big games start week 4. So McGinnis is a fun game and it's exciting, and if you win that game, you're going to be better. Regardless, if you lose that game, you're going to be better because it's a high level of competition. But really the games that we should be, looking forward to is week 4 through 10. 15 returning seniors, almost every one of them, I think, contribute. Everyone of them do contribute. Multiple starters returning on both sides of the ball, a lot of guys with their names in the paper and things like that. But overall, good kids. We've been real hard on them here in the fall, but hopefully it'll pay off pretty soon. Yeah, every year is different. Every group is a whole nother group. The teams change. I tell the kids at the end of the year that, you might be a sophomore or a junior, but this team will never be the same. So when that team ends, a new one starts. I've been doing it a long time, and every group's unique.
And here with his thoughts on this season is linebacker Jack Barkley.
Our defense is stacked up and down. Our secondary is great with Jack Griffin and Caleb Alves and Corey Lewis, a sophomore. Our D-line, our front seven, really good. Our linebackers, Bryce Alonzo, who's a senior. Davis Goverick, who's phenomenal. On the defensive line, Jack Culver. And guys like Philip Bolslayer, Kyle Mathis, Reese Jones. It'll be a lot of fun this year, I think. I'm not even thinking about McGinnis right now. It's all Edison. Big game coming up this week on the 1st. And so, yeah, McGinnis really isn't in my mind. Edison is, though. And once we're done with Edison, then we move on to McGinnis that next week. So it'll be a lot of fun. We return. Our seniors are, phenomenal. We return so many, like our quarterback, starting quarterback, both of our running backs. I think 3 offensive linemen return. OC Walker, our star wide receiver. But both sides of the ball, too, our kicker, our special teams even. But it'll be a lot of fun with the seniors. And they're good guys. They're awesome.
Excellent. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And how about a round of applause? What a wonderful performance. And now, welcome to the field, the Edison Varsity Pom. Wow. Wonderful job, ladies. Y'all give them another round of applause.
Okay, which one did I have? And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at LaFortune Stadium, home of the Memorial Chargers, but is also shared with the Edison Eagles. And with that being said, your Comets lead 34-7 over the Eagles. Coach, what do you think Coach said in the locker room?
Keep her cool. Keep your cool. Stay off the personal fouls or the unsportsmanlike conduct. So let's keep our heads together in this game. And I think Coach needs to, keep the ball on the ground, run the clock, so we can get out of here with as few injuries as possible and get ready to back on the field and back on the practice field on Monday and get ready for McGinnis, who's now leading Del City 14-8.
So that should
at half.
Now, one thing I will have to give for the referees here in this game, they have done everything they can to make sure this game stayed in control and did not allow it to get out of control. So you definitely say congratulations, hats off to them, because first game of the season, you got a lot of amped up kids. Like you said, they finally get to hit somebody other than a teammate. So, you don't want them to go crazy or go overboard. So.
Well, and I think we need to learn early on, what the refs are going to take and what they're not going to take.
Yes, exactly.
Especially if it's going to be a close game or a big game like a Bishop McGinnis, or any of our district games are huge. And, you got to win them all in order to win the district, pretty much.
Yeah, or either that or hope a lot of guys lose and you happen to beat the ones that are losing.
Right. So, I mean, you got to understand and learn as quickly as possible what you're allowed to do and what you can get away with and what you can't get away with. So I think it's going to be important that coaches stress that throughout the rest of the season, is to try and keep those, and I know they like the guys fired up, and they're fired up and they're ready to go.
Yes.
And they like that edge that the players have. I think you got to just be careful,
Yes.
You got to be careful, not get too carried away with it, and understand what you can and can't do on the football field with the referee standing by you.
Especially if he's standing by you.
Exactly. Yeah. So just walk away, go tell your buddy how you feel. Don't tell the referee how you feel. Go tell your buddy. Go tell, your buddy outside linebacker, hey, I just got dissed.
Yeah. Well, I think most of the problem too, though, is you don't think they're behind you when you're walking off the field, and you don't know. When you say what you say what you feel.
Head on a swivel.
Yeah. You don't know they're back there, and then you let your comments out. You're like, oh man.
Yeah. You certainly saw the disbelief in Montrell Cozart when he got his.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely.
And what are you talking about? What did I do?
And then the one Eagle, after they had the great run and a fumble, they were like, because then the referee was like, what'd I say? He didn't know he was back there because he was literally walking off, and he had his hands on his helmet, and he said a comment. The referee threw the flag, and he turned around and looked like, wait, oh man. So with that being said, getting ready to start the third quarter, the Eagles won the toss and deferred to the second half, which means they will get the ball to start the third quarter, which means the Comet defense will be tested yet again. Speaking of that Comet defense, Coach, what do you think?
Just outstanding. I mean, they've just dominated this game. And I mean, part of it is that Edison is struggling with their offense, especially on their front five. They're struggling at quarterback protection. They're struggling at allowing those quick defensive linemen on the Bishop Kelley side to get into gaps and penetrate that offensive line and just basically stop them anywhere they're going.
Yes.
So I would say that, the other teams in the district and so forth, they need to watch out because this defense is coming. And it's coming quick, and it's coming with, outstanding technique and knowledge of the defensive game. So these kids are really smart. They're really quick. They're really strong. I mean, the lifting program at Bishop Kelley is outstanding with Coach Beathard as their strength and conditioning coach. Mm-hmm. And that's done throughout the entire summer at their camp. At their Summer Pride camp, and a lot of schools have that. But I think that you can see some of the strength and some of the lifting. I mean, we got Bryce Alonzo squatting 315 for 10 times.
Goodness.
For 10 reps.
Wow.
So we're strong.
Yes,
we got some serious strength.
Yeah,
and that equates to some speed. So here our sideline's pretty fired up. Being second half and we're ahead 34-7. Hey man, got to be fired up. It's football.
You got that right. If somebody has to hype you up for football, especially opening season, then you don't need to be playing.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's 0-0. Let's get after it.
And they angle kick this, and it's going to be taken about the 18-yard line. And the special return team has not been that strong for us because they have a shifty return man at number 10, and he's just been everywhere. Tristan Wright, he has just been difficult to bring down.
Yeah, I say kickoff team. Yeah, it's probably allowed a little bit, especially on those deep kicks. They probably need to get there a little bit quicker and make sure they're staying in their lanes.
That's the biggest thing, stay in the lane, because I think a lot of them have been caught outside. Like when we angle kick him, he stretches the field. There's no one on the back door there, and he has room to run.
So it looks like Coach has put in, okay, so this is pretty much the same defense that started out with in the first quarter
Yeah.
and the second quarter.
And they shift everybody around, everyone gets set. Has a man in motion. He's gonna keep it. He pitches it, and he pitched it behind his man, and he covers it. As the quarterback takes a shot right before he pitched it.
Sure does.
And, man, he was just fortunate to get that ball out of his hands.
Get that light.
And he was just fortunate to get that ball out of his hands because the defense were back there on him. I mean, they didn't even give him a chance to think about it.
Update on another score, Fort Gibson 9, Tahlequah 7.
Yeah, I saw that one, and I know we go to Tahlequah towards the end of the season, so that should be interesting.
Actually, they come to us this year.
They take that back. You're right. They do come to us.
They come to us this year.
So quarterback is going to roll out. He's throwing deep, and he has a man and throws it out of bounds. But, again, he gets rushed, and he has no time to throw the ball, so to make it third down.
Even when he throws the ball, it's not on mark. I don't know. So, yeah, our travel schedule this year, I think the longest travel is Pryor.
Yes, it is.
And we have Skiatook on the road.
Yes, we do.
So Pryor and Skiatook, I believe, are our longest travel. We'll have Claremore at home, Collinsville at home.
Yep. So we don't really go that far. Next year we'll be going everywhere, though.
Probably.
Yeah,
When
as
they
you
switch up the districts.
Yeah, unless they switch up the district, and he's
they-
back to pass, and he
he's
goes
gonna get
down,
sacked.
and he's going to get sacked.
Big time.
He tried to keep his footing. He slipped. He tried to keep his footing,
Well,
and then
and the pocket just collapsed.
it did. It collapsed something fierce on him.
Pretty much to know where to go.
For about a 5-yard loss.
So Pryor's over in Arkansas playing Bentonville West and getting beat 14-6.
Well, there's been a lot of state jumping today. A lot of teams are playing teams from Texas, and a lot of teams are going to play out-of-state teams.
So we're talking a little bit about Carl Albert, who won the 5A championship last year. Their quarterback has been injured. So here we are on the punt, and we fair catch.
Yes, smart.
Very
smart. Very smart.
Yep. And we get good field position out of it.
Yes, we do.
So Carl Albert beats Lawton 33-32. So very close game there. I heard Carl Albert had to put a freshman in at quarterback.
Well, nobody wants that.
And, they're the preseason number 1 team because they won the championship last year with McGinnis as a second number 2 preseason ranking, with us being number 5.
First and 10 for the Comets. Ball's on
Well,
the
I will say this.
44-yard line.
A team should be number 1 until they get beat, and you go from there.
Right.
A knock on a college, where you get too many people to vote, and you get that mess going on. That's just, you can see how long. Look, they finally just got a playoff. I mean, come on. I mean,
And it's only 4 teams.
Yeah, but you have other divisions that are been doing it for years. And a comeback route going to be completed to number 23 for the Comets. That's going to be – now I don't have my roster in order, so it'd be fun bouncing around trying to find everybody.
That's 29.
Well, it was 29 on the reception.
29.
Jack Griffin.
Yep. Also plays free safety.
Yes,
Great,
indeed.
Great free safety.
And I said earlier, I ran into a family member who
Voted one of the top defensive backs in Tulsa.
Nice. You got to love that.
Bryce Alonzo voted the top linebacker in Tulsa.
How to get you to the next level, those kind of votes. So 2nd and 3 after a nice game. Fakes it, throws it. Oh, pump fakes. He throws it to his man, caught by Walker, but he's going to lose a yard, maybe 2 on that play. It'll be 3rd down. He might have thrown that one in the dirt and kind of saved your field position.
Incomplete.
Oh, they're going to call it incomplete. I thought they were calling it a catch. So that's even better then.
We'll take that because
yes, indeed.
It
gets our 2 yards back. Yeah. Man, talk about I like his poise. McMurray, man, he pump fake. Most quarterbacks panic and just throw the ball, you know what I mean? Man, but he pump fake, stepped up in the pocket a little bit, and he still almost delivered a strike.
He's really good in the pocket. This year he's really good in the pocket. He's got – his feet are just excellent. I mean, he's very mobile in the pocket, very quick in the pocket in order to change direction, step up into the pocket when he needs to. feels the pressure from the edge, things like that. I mean, and still holds, still has the poise to throw the football and to throw it well.
Yes, he does. And that's going to be a first down for the Comets. Bolton on the carry will pick up the first down needed. Comets will keep moving on the tackle. Look like it's going to be number 17, Rimlinger. Kelton Rimlinger on the tackle.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good success with Bolton taking that particular route, out there kind of towards the edge, off the tight end, and getting some yards from that up the seam there.
Oh, yeah, that's been almost a bread and butter. But the one thing I will say that the Eagles have been on when we try to go outside, they've been waiting. But if we just do off the tackle, it's like right there. And Bolton will get it again, and he's going to pick about maybe 3 on that play on the tackle. Will be number 40 for the Eagles. That'll be Jermaine Townsend. And that's going to, they're going to give him 2. I thought he might have gotten 3.
And those were 2 hard-earned yards.
Yes, it was.
He had to lower the shoulder and really drive those legs in order to get those 2 yards.
Yes, indeed. As we're at 9:07 and counting left in the third quarter, Comets trying to get on the board here. The Eagles got the ball and went 3 and out. So the Comets are trying to march down the field here and see if they can put some more points on the board.
I think their front 3 on the Eagles side, they've done a really good job today.
What a spin move by Bolton.
Just to get another yard?
Yes, indeed. He got a yard, but he should have got caught in the backfield for a loss. A nice spin move. And he winds up picking up 1 more yard. It's going to make it 3rd down and 7.
So, I was talking about the Edison Eagles front 3. They're doing a really good job tonight.
Yes, they are. I mean, for what even the score looking the way it is, you got to hand it to those guys. They haven't thrown in the towel. Let's just put it that way. They've been fighting since, the game started, and they are doing a heck of a job up there. So 3rd down and long for the Comets, back to pass, and here comes a rush up the middle. The Comets contain it across the middle. Corey Lewis caught.
First down.
And he will have a first down. And he is going to be tackled by a couple of players. It's going to be leading the way, number 17. It's going to be Rimlinger, along with looks like 35, and that's going to be Keelan Hay.
What a great job by the offensive line to pick up a linebacker blitz.
Yes, indeed.
And to stop the front 3. I mean, the pocket was really nice for Jake to just kind of sit back there and, take almost really 3 seconds to throw that football.
But also, too, for Corey to turn his back to the defender, to get to the sticks, turn his back to make sure he could catch the ball. And you're going to hand it off, and Bolton, oh, my goodness, he saw the hole open up, and he was ready to take off. Tackle from behind and by the ankles with number 4, Bingham. Man, because Bolton saw that hole, and you could see him take that second gear. He was trying to shift into that second gear, and he got grabbed from behind and picks up about 4 to make it 2nd and 6. Man, that's hilarious because you could see that you could see him almost trying to shift to speed up to take off because the whole right side was just wide open.
Right.
Looks like McMurray's making change at the line here. I mean, in the backfield. He gets it. Here comes a blitz again. Quick pass release and gonna be dropped. He had a man wide open. It would have been another first down if he could have held on to it. It was intended for Dewey Bledsoe, so it'll make it 3rd down. But, man, another time the offensive line and the players, pick up the blitz because they're sending it. It's not like the Eagles aren't trying. They're sending it, and they're trying to bring it up the middle to see if they can put pressure up the middle. But the Comets have been able to, keep them off of them.
Mm-hmm.
So 3rd down, 6. Murray sees something. He's making another change. He goes up to the line, changes the signal. And he's going to hand off the ball, and he's going to give it to Bolton, and Bolton's going to be dropped. And I think Bolton stepped out of his shoe. He was moving so fast. Yeah, he did. Yeah, there it is. He stepped out of his shoe, so it's going to make it 4th down. Now, do you bring in Stravosky because he can hit from here? There's going to be no gain on the play, so it's 4th down and 6. No, they're going for it. Comets are going to go for it here.
I think this is a good call. I mean, you've got them. You definitely have them pinned in their territory if you don't get the first down.
I would say stretch the leg of Stravosky, see what he can do. See what he can do from here. I mean, it'd be a nice shot. And they're going for it. He's back to pass. He steps in the pocket. He has a man. Oh, right outside Corey Lewis's fingertips. Man, Corey was there in the end zone, and the ball was outside. He laid out for it. So turnover on downs, and the Eagles will have something to hang their head on for the defensive side as they are able to stop the Comets from picking up a first down or scoring. So first down and 10, 6:20 left in the third quarter. The Eagles will have the ball as they, if you're listening in no TV, they're going from right to left down the field. And if you are watching at bktv.live, we greatly appreciate you watching. We say welcome to everyone as we start the 2017 season. And as always, if you are out there, you want to hit us up on Twitter, let us know where you are watching the game, and we'll be glad to do a shout out for you. I know I'm kind of late doing that. I normally do it sooner. So man in motion for the Eagles. Quarterback turns, hands the ball off. His running back is trying to get around the corner, and he's going to be brought down. And then I'm surprised they both didn't get face mask calls because they both yanked each other's face masks trying to tackle each other.
Yeah.
On the run was Savion Morrison, and on the tackle was I'm gonna say I thought it was
Number 12, Stephen
number
Collins.
12, Collins. Yeah,
Sophomore.
yes indeed, man. Because it was just like wow. And no gain on that play, but one tried to stiff arm and grab the face mask, and the other one grabbed the face mask trying to tackle. So, got to put the old specs on. trying to read up close here. Okay, Pigskin Papa is doing a great job bringing in the new season, loving it, all the way from the other side of the stadium. And the Eagles will get a completed pass to actually number 12. I'm sorry, but Wyatt Ellison catches that pass forced out of bounds. And then, are they giving them a first down? Yeah, they're going to get. And the Eagles get their first down of the third quarter.
Their first down of the quarter.
Yep. And that's awesome. He's across the field.
I'm thinking that is not their first down of the game.
No, it's not. No, but it is of this quarter. It is. It's their first down of the quarter. And so here we go. 1st and 10, 5:23 and counting. He's back to pass, and he's going to have some time. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to run, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down after a gain of 1. Bryce Alonzo did not give up much at all, so it won't be a sack because he got a yard. But, man, that's all he got. And talk about closing in on a quarterback with some speed.
Second down.
2nd and 9 after a gain of a yard on the scramble. I thought he was about to pick up at least 4 or 5 on that when Bryce Alonzo met him right at the line and was like, just no yards for you. Oh, my goodness. As you can see, the Eagles got the crazy mixed-up play, and the Comets kind of fall for it, and he breaks it, and he's off to the – he run his own man over, actually, literally, and we're going to have a flag on the play. And he's still loose, and he fumbled the ball again, and the Comets are going to get it. And he wouldn't go down, and they stripped the ball out of his hands.
Wow.
That is the second time that Savion Morrison has lost the ball on a great run because he refused to go down, and they stripped the ball from him. And there's a flag on the play, and let's see what this flag's going to be. And you could just see the disgust in his face because he knew he had a first down. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just one of those things. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to go down. I mean,
no.
I know you want to make more yards, but it doesn't hurt to go down. And here's the call. Personal foul against the Eagles, and that will be declined, and the Comets will get the ball 1st and 10.
So defense gives them a first down and causes a turnover. They bend and don't break.
There you go.
So they will have 1st and 10.
Got some, and probably we have a couple of more sophomores in on the defense there in that particular series. So looking good. I mean, watching some of the sophomores at defense on the sophomore and the JV squad is really good. They're an excellent bunch of kids that are coming up for going to be the next 2 years.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
This football team is going to be outstanding.
I was looking for Savion, and I don't see him, but I'm sure he's probably hiding somewhere with his head down because he just got to be devastated after that.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, he fought and fought and fought. Comets get the ball, and they give it to, looks like it's the hybrid.
Mr. Hybrid.
Mr. Hybrid.
Mr. Hybrid, Reese Jones.
Yeah, Reese Jones. He's going to pick up 5, if not 6 on that play. Well, it depends on where they're standing. Yeah, he picks up 5, so that's going to make it – nope. Yeah, he picked up 5. So 2nd down and 5 after a gain of 5.
Jones. for the Comet. Picked up 6 yards.
Actually, they did give him the extra. I thought he got 6, and so it is. It's 2nd and 4. Looks like McMurray's making some changes. He gets a snap. He backs up. He's scrolling to his right. He's looking to throw. Nope, he's just going to tuck it in, and we got a flag. And he's going to be forced out of bounds, and that's all coming back because there's a flag in the backfield. And he picked up the first down with some wheels, man. I'm telling you, he turned that corner and took off.
Holding.
Yep. And so that'll be, like I said, all for naught, and we'll do that again. So if it's at the spot of the foul, that flag dropped at the, 28-yard line.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, it's not. They're going to do from where the marker was, so it's going to take them back to the 20-yard line. So it's going to be replay second down in forever almost.
Down, 19.
So the Comets now find themselves in a hole with 3:34 left in the third quarter. They had a chance to put some points on the board just out the outstretched hands of Corey Lewis. But again, McMurray is making his calls. He gets the snap. He backs up. And I think it's a screen, and they drop it in. And just outside the outstretched hands of Reese Jones, which was probably good because he had nowhere to run because the defense has sniffed it out.
Right.
So that's going to make it 3rd down. I think you do that at the wide side of the field. You know what I mean? Give yourself some room.
Right.
That's one of the – and I love the screen. I mean, I love the draw play, and I love the screen because if you get an aggressive defense, you could really make a lot of yards on them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is kind of dragging the quarter out, too. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, all the incomplete passes stop the clock. Yeah, you're right. But we got to pass the ball again unless we're just going to run it and punt it away. And the defense get caught off sides, and he has time to throw, and he has a man. O.C. Walker, tipped, and the defender didn't even see the ball. The ball just got tipped. And I love defenders that make that know like they did something. He didn't even see the ball coming. And if O.C. Walker could have pulled that in, that would have been another spectacular catch. Yes, it was.
It was close.
A little bit more air under it.
Yeah.
A little bit more air under it, and that would have been just spot on. He'd still be running because he had to step on the defender because the defender didn't even see where the ball was.
Right.
So that'll put us at 3:21 left in the third as the Comets get ready to punt for the second time in this game. Now let's see if we get the ball back here the good way this time. And that one is a very good snap. Oh, and he shanked that one bad. I mean, and he shanked it bad.
That's about a 15-yard kick.
Oh, my goodness. He shanked that one bad.
Punt team's struggling a little bit tonight.
Yes, indeed. And he's still walking. He's at the 30, and he's still walking.
Yeah, I think
he finally stopped at the 31. Oh, my goodness. This is the best field position the Eagles have had all game.
Yes, you're welcome.
Because they never crossed the 50 and got a first down because every time they've crossed the 50, they fumbled it.
Right.
So this is the first time they've gotten the ball across the 50-yard line. And they didn't do it themselves. So we know we got something to work on definitely during the week is the special teams.
Special teams, punt team, kick team.
Yep, kickoff, as he fakes it and going to – oh, he had him in the backfield. Quarterback still loose. Man. He's going to be brought down by number 45 for the Comets, Ike Slayton. Man, but Montrell had him. He was chasing him from behind, boy, and he let him get away. He did. Montrell had him. He was on his heels, and he picked up 8 on that play, so it's 2nd and 2 now. I think the Comets are getting a little weary now. They kind of – you can see a lot of the players got their hands on their hips. They're, lack of a better word, say, by losing focus here.
Right. Well, Montrell's a great addition to that front three there on the defense.
Yes, he is.
He's just really quick and strong.
And the quarterback's looking for a place to run, and he's going to be denied, and I mean denied.
Big time. And
he might get a yard. Like the line, the head judge is going to run down there and gave maybe 2, if not 1. In on the tackle is going to be big number 73 for the
Price Pettit.
Yeah, Pettit is in on that one. They give him a yard, so it's 3rd and 1.
Third down in the yard.
Cole Carlton on the quarterback keeper picks up a yard, and he's taking a pounding tonight. He's had some shots. You got to give it to him for hanging in there. And see what the Comets defense, see if they can make another stand here, because I think they go for it on 4th down if they don't make it. And he's back to pass it. He throws it to the corner of the end zone. Is it caught?
It's
yes,
caught,
it's going
yes.
to be caught. And that pass is going to be completed to Anthony Jimerson on the play to try to break it up for the Comets. He was right there, and I think he waited too late to.
He did.
Michael Hanna should have jumped sooner and just knocked it down, but he waited and hesitated, and then it came right into the hands of Jimerson. I mean, right into his hands. So the Eagles get on the board again with 1:42 left in the third quarter.
Well, and that was the best pass the Edison quarterbacks had all night.
It really was. I mean, he put it right where it had to be.
And the extra point is good.
And the extra point is good. So with 1:42 left in the third period, Comets give up another score, but they lead still by 20, 34-14. We'll be back right after this. Are we doing replay? I'm sorry, instant replay. As you can see, I thought we're taking off, but we're back. As you can see, he had time to throw, and he just angled it. And just as you can see, he hesitated 1 second too long. He was still backing up. And if he'd have just jumped when he thought to jump, because you could see he thought about it, and then he waited and took another step. And if he'd have just jumped, he'd have either intercepted it or he'd have blocked it. Mm-hmm. And like I said, what's the old saying? He who hesitates is lost or gives up a touchdown.
So last year's score, Edison, 42-6. Bishop
Wow.
Kelley. Last year's score against Edison, 42-6.
And so we're almost on pace to that again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I'm curious with 142. Do you think they're greedy enough to try to go onside? You got a little momentum again.
I don't see why not. I mean, it's
Again, you got a little momentum again. I'm thinking they're going onside, and they do.
He
Angle kicks it,
out.
that's going out of
Kicks it out
bounds.
of bounds.
Man, he kicked
Wow.
it way out of bounds,
wow,
too.
that's
But
coach
no-
is not going to be happy about that.
He didn't even get any a chance to get to that one.
No.
Well, and they've kept Bolton and Lewis, without touching the ball. So but that one's going to pay now, because if they put that ball where it went out of bounds, the Comets will get it at the 35-yard line. Yeah, and they are. They're going to get it at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that coach is not going to be happy about that kid.
Yeah, you just they haven't had the Comets pinned deep yet.
The ball went out of bounds. The Comets will have the ball on their own 35-yard line. First down and 10.
So interesting to see that your starters are still out there, but now you're giving up another touchdown. I doubt if you start taking them out. And he has a man in motion. Pitches it off to Corey. Corey's trying to get around the corner, and he does. And he's going to be brought down from behind by number 34, and that's going to be Jamal Holmes. But Corey gains because he had to run so far around. He doesn't get anything on that play. It's going to be second down. Up, and Corey's hurt.
Oh, no.
And Corey is down.
Oh, no.
I think he might have twisted his ankle, yeah. I think he might have twisted his ankle. Okay, this is going to be Go Hudson from Pensacola, Florida. We have Leanne Ward, Pensacola, Florida. Awesome. Well, we thank you very much for doing the shout-out. Still getting that's great being that far away. Oh, he's cramping up. Okay, it's not an injury. He's just cramping up. Oh, my goodness.
All right.
That looked scary for a minute, yeah.
Yeah, that's not an injury there. That's
he's just leg cramps. But Pensacola, Florida, man, she should be getting ready for the old Florida State-Alabama game out there. She may be a Gator fan, but I'm just saying the Florida area, that's the biggest game of this weekend coming up.
Oh, big time.
The Florida State-Alabama.
Big time. Oh, and let's say they're talking about also Miami being good this year.
Yeah,
Miami, Florida being good this year.
Yeah, the Hurricanes have been trying to make another run again.
So it's going to be an interesting year. I hear Oklahoma State in the playoffs.
You know what?
I hear Oklahoma State going to be in the playoffs.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel sorry for Gundy because his back's against the wall now because everyone said Stoops was just better. That's why he had a hard time actually taking down the Sooners.
Right.
But now Stoops is gone. If he can't take OU while Stoops is gone, they're gonna frown on that poor guy. And I feel sorry for him because he's a good coach. He really is. He's a good coach.
Right.
And he's got those kids to play at a level that they've never really played before, even when Les Miles was there. You know, he's got these kids to play on a level that they haven't never really played before. So, and I think it'd be a really bad, that'd be a really bad, way to get rid of a guy because, you couldn't. Well, it's all about the in-state rivalry. You can't beat your rival. In-state rival, a lot of people hang their hat on that.
Right.
They hang their hat on. Can you take down your in-state rival?
Yeah, and it doesn't happen that often with OSU. And if they beat them this year, it'll be big.
Oh yeah,
it'll be a huge win.
Because I think they go to Norman this year. No, they go
Stillwater.
They're in Stillwater.
this
Yeah.
year, yep.
And we have another one. We have.
All right.
Oh, I was waiting for her. She's normally first. It's going to be Shelly Long, and she's watching from Lake Keystone. And Terry Long is watching from Lone Grove. All right. Man, shout-outs are coming in. That's what I like to see, and that's what I like to read. Keep them coming. And I hope you're enjoying the game, and I hope we're doing a great job keeping you entertained. If not, we will do better, and you can let us know. In non-harsh words. Have to be specific.
We have the greatest fans in the world.
We do. We really do.
Awesome fans.
And it looks like Corey is up.
Good.
And I think it's more he just cramped because he got that leg straight. Yeah, he's more cramped than anything. But next week, it's supposed to be hot this weekend and then cool off like dramatically next week.
Right.
And so, yeah, he's walking off under his own power, so that's a good thing.
Still 14-8, Bishop McGinnis over Del City in the third quarter.
That one scares me just because of the fact that you could just see it coming that Del City gets that one last touchdown and kicks the extra point and pulls a massive upset. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When the game's that close, that long, you really start like, oh, boy. You know what I mean? This could really go south.
Second down, 10 for the Comets.
So it's second down. Let's see, making sure and Corey gets hydrated over there. Sure they want to try to get him back out there. Second down and 10. And they're finally going to get him this time.
There we go.
Yep, they're finally going to get the defense because they jumped the last time and they didn't call it. But I think they're going to get him this time as the Eagles are going to give the Comets 5 yards to make it 2nd and 5. I mean, hard count is a beautiful thing. If a quarterback can do a hard count, it is a beautiful thing.
Still second down.
All right, Jose Contreras, Amy Contreras, shout out from Las Vegas.
Oh, come on. Really?
Jose is 50 years old this weekend.
Happy birthday.
And they are out in Las Vegas.
And we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct, and we're going to have holding as 2 flags.
Flags on the play.
One of the players for Edison pushed the Comet player after he got up, and he was like right in front of 2 referees. Like we said, don't do it in front of them. So one's going to be holding or blocking the back, and the other one's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, which is a dead ball. It should be an automatic first down for the Comets. This is getting a little sloppy now.
Yeah. Yeah, and we still have another quarter to play.
Yep, and now they're going to go ahead and mark off the 15. We got holding against the Comets, and then they're going to mark off 15, dead ball, personal foul.
Against the defense.
And that's going to give them replay the down, or that's going to be 3rd down. No, it's still 2nd down.
Second down in a yard.
So this will be 2nd and 1 thanks to that penalty. Now you don't have to work so hard. You know what I mean? You just unless you choose to really try to. As we are under a minute at 42 seconds and counting, finally closing out this third quarter. Comets have been shut out this third quarter, actually. Eagles. OC
gets
first down. And he goes down after a tackle, but he will have the first down. And on the tackle, number 52, it's going to be Capron on the tackle. And Capron made the tackle. Helping out our announcer over there. Comets right at the line, 20 seconds and counting left in this quarter. And he's going to hand it off to the hybrid. He bounces, and he's just going to go. He just went into the hole and was just like, you know what, I'm just going to fight my way through. So it's going to be no gain. And that's going to bring the third quarter to an end. And the Comets give up another touchdown in that quarter. So the Comets come out big in first quarter. In the first half, they were up 34. Go to halftime 34-7, give up a touchdown in the third. They lead 34-14. And we will be right back right after this.
You open up the fourth quarter.
So we get ready to start the fourth, 2nd and 10. Comets with the ball going from right to left this time. Gives it up to the hybrid. He's going to be wrapped up. I'm telling you that front three for the Eagles have done what they could against this running game of ours, and they've held us in check pretty much.
Well, I'm telling you, our offensive line is really pretty young. I mean, you look at it, there's really just two. I'm looking at the roster. I'm looking at just 2 seniors on the offensive line this year. So, again, we need, pay close attention, especially coming up next week with McGinnis coming to town, because they're going to have a stout defense. But, yeah, this front three has really just kind of many times manhandled, our front five.
Alves with the catch. Yes, he did. And he paid for it, but he was hit by number 17, Rimlinger. But he picks up about 7 on that play, if not 8.
But then there's times where, our pass protection is there.
Yeah, it's been spot on.
And then there's times where, we're getting Bolton out, and he's able to cut out to the edge. Things like that. I mean, they are. This is an outstanding offensive line, just a little bit young.
Yes.
Which is can be a really good thing.
And the Comets run the ball.
And there's a great job.
There it is. They just talked about it, and there goes Bolton.
With speed.
Yes, indeed. He bounces that outside. No flags. Will be a first down for the Comets. And we have 2 Eagle players down right now.
Now, that time, that surge by the offensive line was just awesome.
Yes, it was.
I mean, that's what we're looking for every single play, is that kind of surge off the offensive line.
But they opened up a pretty big hole for him. They did. And he took it and took off.
It was that surge of that offensive line just coming off the football and getting their blocks quickly. We always talk about if the defensive guy gets his 2 steps in before you get to him, you're going to get beat.
Yeah, because he's already got momentum. So it's good. Ball's going to be on the 26-yard line. Comets with an opportunity to put some points on the board and stretch this lead out again. And he's going under center this time. He hadn't done that the whole game. And bounces it outside. Goes Bolton, and he will be tripped up by, looks like number 17, Rimlinger. And Rimlinger hops out. He's cramping up. He hops off the field.
Bolton with the carry.
Boy, I'm telling you, boy, these cramps are really starting to show up going strong in this fourth quarter. You would think these kids would be well hydrated after, but, this is the first time you really had to put a lot of work in instead of the little drills and going against your friends, and you stopped, you stop after every little contact. But now it's really. So, again, 2nd down, and he's going to be back to pass. He's looking for somebody. He has a man. It's going to be caught for a first down. Pass completed to number 24. Let's see if I can get his name right quick for you folks. As you can see, McNulty is wide open. He split the defenders. That's right. And what a pass by McMurray to drop the ball right in there for him. So first down and 10 for the Comets. and they can get another first down because the ball's on the 14. They can get another first down at the 4-yard line. And Bolton will go in. He will be the lone back. He will move to the right. Nope, he goes behind the quarterback again. He's going to hand it off to him. He dances around in the backfield. And he gets away. And he's still on his feet. He breaks another tackle, and he will stretch in. Does he give him the signal?
Yes.
Yes, touchdown, Comets.
Touchdown.
Woo, what a great run by Bolton.
Man, he split the gap, and they thought they had him. He bounced outside. Here's the replay. As you can, actually, he looked like he didn't know where to go. And you give him the ball, and he's going to look like he's hit right there. He makes a guy miss. And what happened was, as he split the guys and he just stretched out and got in, one defender had him from behind, and that's going to be offsides. I guess they're going to re-kick. One defender had him from behind, but one of his own teammates fell on top of him, freeing, Bolton to get outside and go score.
Dead ball, approachment on the defense.
And it's going to be half the distance to the half the distance because it's offsides on the defense. And they will give this another go here. Stavosky has been pretty good except for that one bad snap, and he wasn't able to kick it. Placement, kick is up. Yes, indeed. And you can just see the Eagles players are doing their best to try to jump and go get it. With 9:23 left in the ball game, Comets get on the board in the fourth quarter, and they lead 41-14 over the Eagles. Again, Bolton got bounced. He should have been tackled because the defender was on him, but one of his own teammates fell on top of him, and when that happened, it actually pushed him forward. And he hit outside, and that was just a foot race then. And he cut back and just laid across and stretched it in.
Well, it was a great effort and a great opportunity because of what happened with that defender getting knocked down. Sometimes that's how we throw blocks around here. We get it done. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, nothing's worse, especially you're trying to make a tackle, the man is in your sight, and all of a sudden your own man falls on you. Like, really, dude? Come on.
Oh, was it his own man?
Yeah, his own man fell on him. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
His own man fell on him.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, his own man fell on him and causing it, freeing Bolton basically.
Yeah, honestly, I did against you. We had a guard pull.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a guard pull over to the defensive end. Mm-hmm. Did a good job, made his block.
Yes.
So that allowed Bolton to cut out a little bit outside behind that block.
Yes, indeed. As this one's going to go, and he runs straight to the wide side of the field, and he's looking for a wall, and he has a small one, and they're just going to force him out of bounds. On the return for the Eagles, number 7, Xavier Richards. I guess our returner number 10, Wright, didn't come back out. He hasn't been out the whole – we haven't called his name the entire – oh, he's coming in now. As soon as I said it, he's getting his helmet and coming in now.
All right. Yeah.
Ball's on the 31-yard line. Eagles ball, first down, 10.
I was watching, I see that East Central score. My kids go to East Central, and it's funny because my second oldest is like, we're going to surprise some folks this year. And looking at that score, I think they're being surprised.
Claremore 35, East Central 0.
Yeah, they're being surprised that they're not surprising anybody.
Claremore will be tough this year.
They are. They're going. Well, they were tough last year when we went to them.
Yeah, and they beat us.
Yeah,
big time.
Yes, indeed. So that's going to be a definite dogfight. And he gets the ball. He's back to pass. He bobbles it. He's going to take off running, and he's going to sidearm it, and it's going to be incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended for.
And it was intended for Ellis, number 12.
Ellis.
And the quarterback had to slide arm that thing because he had a defender coming up on him, actually rolling up on him to kind of I'd say put him to sleep was number 34 because he had a bead on him and he wasn't slowing down until he threw it.
Did they switch quarterbacks?
Yeah, Bryce Alonso was coming in to get him. Actually, no, the quarterback is still.
Is it still the left-hander?
Yeah.
Is it still the left-hander or the right-hander?
I think he's a right-hander. He just slung it left.
The guy that they started was a left-hander.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess he didn't last long then because. Let's see, who do they have? He has his man in motion. He spins around, pitches wide, and there they are, the Comets there to stop him. He breaks a couple of tackles, but he's just forced out of bounds after that. Number 13, Adair on the carry, and he might have got a couple of yards. Actually, they're going to give him 1 yard out of that. It should have been a loss because the Comets basically sniffed that out, and they just forced him out of bounds. Leading the way on that one, I believe, was number 23.
Yeah, Cooper McMurray's sophomore 24. He had dibs first.
Yes, he did. He did.
Couldn't bring him down.
Yeah, but he held him up enough to get everybody to come over and join him.
Yeah, Cooper is Jake's brother.
Okay. You know, since I've been doing announcing from the little guys on Saturdays to 8th grade, some 7th grade, it's so many family members in it that I
No
call.
kidding.
Oh, my goodness. I think it's hilarious. I just think it's awesome how the families just go and go and go. And he has a man. He's going for it, and he's outside the outstretched hands of his intended receiver, and that's going to actually be intended for Mr. Number 10 Wright. He out threw his receiver. He had a step on a defender.
He did.
He had a step on him.
Absolutely.
So. In on the coverage was
And
actually
the
number
safety
12.
and the safety had to catch up.
Yes, he did.
So the safety
Was late getting over.
there.
Yeah, it looked like Stephen, number 12. I won't say Stephen Collins. I'm unfortunately I don't really have his whole last
That's
name.
Stephen Collins.
Yeah,
sophomore.
Stephen Collins. Yeah,
Sophomore.
yeah. So we're looking at 4th down here with 8:54 left in the game, and the Eagles look like they're trying to punt this away. Looks like for the return was number 28. No, we think we're going to have a timeout. Yep, the Eagles are going to take a timeout here. Yes, they are. That's actually back to return was number 29. Eagles are taking a timeout. So as we look forward to next week, barring any unforeseen shenanigans and we just blow this thing.
That's pretty far stretched right there.
Well, but
man.
that's what I'm saying. As you can see on our schedule, we have Bishop McGinnis. It's the Battle of the Bishops, or the Bishop Bowl, if you want to call it that.
The Bishop Bowl.
That's it, the Bishop Bowl. Where Bishop McGinnis will be coming to pay us a visit, and they were basically almost runner-ups last year.
They were runner-ups last year, and they are beating Del City 20-8.
So they're starting to pull away now.
Yep.
So they're licking their chops to come get us because we won the division, but yet they made it. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's going to be interesting to see how this works out, and it looks like we're going to have Bolton back to return. Last second change, and there's a snap. He gets it down. He has time, and he puts his leg in it. Fair catch by Bolton.
Oh,
and Bolton drops it,
and we
got
on
it. Comets land on it. Man, right there, Bolton shorthanded, but Johnny on the spot for the Comets, number 12.
Replay.
As you can see, he called fair catch, and he had to run through some guys, but he still, short-armed it. He did. He short-armed that one. But he had to run through like 3 players to get to the ball. And no one bumped him.
You just need to get under it a little bit more.
Yeah, and that was just good concentration. But Stephen Collins, Johnny on the spot, recovers it for us.
Yeah, good job. That was a great job.
The 43-yard line of the Comets.
Now let's see if we have a quarterback change here. And we do not. McMurray will stay in, and so it looks like the hybrid backs, Reese Jones, is going to be in this time. I think Corey Lewis is done for the night. Man, look at that hole. And
nice.
Reese Jones
and he's off
to the races here. As you can see, he's going to be forced to note they jumped up and they bump him out of bounds.
Might be a penalty.
Yep, and they're going to call one ref.
Call
they weren't going to call it, but the last judge.
Yeah. The back judge threw the flag.
Yeah.
The line judge didn't call it.
As you can see the instant replay here, look at the hole just opens up for him. And he goes right up the middle, makes one guy miss. He breaks the tackle, but this guy jumps in the air trying to get him.
I don't know what kind of tackle technique that is.
He was just trying to jump on him and bring him down because he saw how big he was. He said, "That dude ain't running me over."
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know, Coach. You being a coach, it just drives you nuts to see a kid do something like that. What in the world are you jumping for?
I don't want you to jump on him and ride him into the end zone.
Ride him into the end zone.
But are they going to mark off the?
I think they are
hit out of bounds.
Yeah, I think they're going to do it. Yeah, they're about to do it now. Either that or they're going to.
He was definitely at least a yard out of bounds when he got hit.
It was, and again, a kid not thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a little bit frustration too.
Sure.
I didn't get a chance to hit you, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit you. They caught me.
Yeah.
So unnecessary roughness on the defense that had to put the ball on the looks like 18-yard line. So the Comets can get another first down. As we're waiting for the chain gang to get down there and join us, they're running a little bit slow there. And the referees, let's get this ball game moving. And they're going to give it to the hybrid. He bounces outside, cuts inside.
Nice cut.
Yes, indeed. Didn't see any flags anywhere. Nope. Looks like this is going to keep going. And that's
Jones on the carry for the Comet.
And he's going to pick up about 5 on that play. He'll make it he picked up 4, so make it 2nd and 6. Ball is going to be placed on the 14-yard line. Actually, the 9-yard line. Take that back.
Now, number 45 out there, Ike Slayton, his brother Jake, and his brother Mac played here.
Yeah.
Slayton.
Oh, yeah.
Jake is now in the Air Force.
Okay.
Doing really well.
And the Comets are under. They're going to have to take a timeout here because they're at 4 seconds of 25-second clock. They're not going to get this off. Did he call timeout? Yeah, did we get it? Yes, we did. No delay of game there.
There's a penalty there.
Nope, they're going to call a delay of game, or they're going to say we got the no, they're going to call it. Yeah, but then they're going to take the delay of game. No timeout. They're just going to take the delay of game. So instead of 2nd down and 6, it'll be 2nd down and 11. Ball will be placed on the 14-yard line. Comets looking like they maybe shift their players over. Gives it over to the hybrid. He bounces inside, cuts around, still on his feet.
Nice. Go.
Tackles.
Touchdown.
He's going to walk into the end zone.
Woo!
Touchdown, Comets. Woo! And he got one. I didn't think he was going to get one tonight, but he got one. Okay, he's had some good runs, some power runs as well. So, I mean, great run. He had a lot of cutbacks, though. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of arm tackling on the defense, though, too, for him to be able to get in there.
Right.
A lot of them reached out for him, and he's too big to just.
Yeah, you can't arm tackle.
Yeah, that
Reese Jones.
Boy, what a job by the holder. That thing rolled back there to him. And Stravosky didn't even panic. That was the awesome part about it. He just waited, set the ball up, and here we go. As you can see the replay here, he moves him over to his left, and he's just going to get some blocking. He goes inside, and once he cut inside, he cut back to his left, and like basically all arm tackling, and then he just walked it in from there.
That first cut looked like he was skiing down a ski slope.
That's funny. That's funny. Well,
navigating the moguls. Sorry.
That's okay. You live in the moment. I understand. Somebody's in Colorado. So with 7:45 left in the ball game, Comets score again here in the fourth quarter, making it a 48-14 ball game. Now you can start pulling guys.
Yes.
Trying to see if that's Mr. Lewis all the way down there on the corner down there with his helmet off and stretching his leg out. Because he's never made a return since then.
Well, you certainly want to avoid varsity injuries at this point.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And he kicks a high angle kick, and this guy's not used to getting the ball, and he drops it, and it's loose, and it's still, nope, he's going to pick it up, and he's going to be just game tackled by the Comets. As you can see, the up man was like, I'm not touching this. You might want to come up and get this. He did. He literally turned around like, you might want to come up and get this. I'm not touching this ball. Most people live for the moment to get a return. You know what I mean? That guy was like, no, sir, you better come up and get this ball.
20-15, McGinnis over Del City so far. 20-15.
I told you. See, they're hanging around.
Yeah, they're still hanging around.
They're hanging around. That's a dangerous thing. The later you get in the game, they're hanging around. But you do know the Comets have a lot to work on. There go Corey down there now. He just walked down to join somebody down there and talking to him. But, yeah, he's good. He's still walking around. So, basically, he was just cramped up. So, the 25-second clock never reset. They're going to take a timeout. They were short a player. Yeah, they were short a player. So they're going to have to take a timeout.
Wow.
And timeout Eagles.
So with 7:41 left in the ball game, Eagles will take a timeout. They did not have the proper crew on the field. One man short. Finally got him out there, but there was 4 seconds left on the 25-second clock. He wasn't going to get that ball snapped in time. And you're already pinned deep. You're on the, 19-yard line. Do you want to go back 5 more yards?
No. Yeah, just burn a timeout and
Yeah, you can't take them with you.
regroup.
So. Yeah, I always heard coaches say, why not use them? You can't take them with you.
Right.
And they don't carry over. Like if you're in the first half, they don't carry over, so why not use them?
Right.
So, we go to East Central, play Hale.
Right.
We have Collinsville for homecoming, which I think is really interesting,
Right. Yes.
which I find that very interesting. But they're minus their all-star quarterback, though, because he's gone.
Collinsville.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'd be interesting to see how they do. He gets a snap, pitches it wide. He's trying to cut back. He's looking for a hole, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Kozar brings him down as well as number 15. That's going to be – let me scroll over here.
Sophomore.
Dylan Struble.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Struble and Kozar in on that tackle. And they strung it out and didn't give him a chance to cut back. They really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be no gain on that play. So it'll be second down and 10. That's what you like to see is when they pitch out wide that your defense just stretches that thing and make them run all the way to the sideline and make the running back look for a cutback and don't give them there knowing that back end pursuit is coming to help, finish it up. And he's going to go back to pass. He steps up in the pocket looking to run, and he's going to take off. He has a blocker, and he's going to be forced out of bounds.
Oh, no.
Up, and we're going to have a late hit.
Yep. Oh, no.
Again, not smart penalties. So he picked up the first down on the run, but now they're going to give him 15 more yards. As you can see, he's out of bounds, and they came in and pushed him. And again, with all the flags being thrown for unsportsmanlike conduct, so you knew it was coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We weren't getting away. Shoot, they're at the 45-yard line. They're close to the 50.
Personal foul against the Comets. First down, Eagles. Ball's on
If they get over the 50, it'll be the second time in the game that they cross the 50. And that's in the game. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's scrambling.
Well, should be a holding call right there.
No, they're not going to call it. And they're going to be forcing him out of bounds. Yes, indeed. Goes number 24, forces him out of bounds. That's going to be get my roster in numerical order for the next week, so I won't be doing all this stuff.
Yes, they have it in last name.
Cooper McNulty, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, Cooper McNulty. And he gains 2 on that play. McNulty forces him out of bounds.
McMurray.
Is it McMurray?
Cooper McMurray.
McMurray. I'm sorry, I said
Cooper
McNulty. Yeah.
Cooper McMurray.
McMurray. I do apologize for his parents and friends listening. That announcer guy didn't know who he was talking about. And the coach was sitting next to him and didn't say nothing.
Oh, I did.
Oh, I know. You corrected me.
Took me a minute.
Yeah, that's what they're
Because I'm
saying.
trying to look at the roster as well.
So here we go. He's back to pass again. They're trying to get down the field. Quick slant, and he drops
drops
it.
it.
What did I tell you?
We had 3 guys there.
What did I tell you? Looking up the field before he caught it.
Yeah, we had 3 defenders there, so
Yep.
he wouldn't have gotten very far.
Leland Taylor, he caught the ball, and as soon as the ball hit his hands, he was looking up the field, and he dropped it.
8 to go.
So 3rd down and 8 with 6:26 left in the ball game. Eagles trying to get down the field and get one more score.
Definitely have some JV guys out there, some sophomore guys out there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good. Get those guys some reps and some experience.
And he's going to roll to his right, and the defense is stretching it out. He's cutting back, and the middle of the field is wide open, and we have a flag. And he's not going down, and he's just going to be dropped down hard. And they said he stayed in bounds, so the clock keeps running. Number 23 and 32, but we have a flag on the play.
Might be finally getting them on a holding call.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
going
going to
against
be
us.
Philip Woolslayer on the tackle. Number 23 and 32. See what they call here, because that flag was thrown as he was trying to cut back. It might be defensive holding the receiver so he couldn't get open. Well, the offense is going backwards, so it may be offensive holding.
Edison cheer. It's the great start of a great year for
32, Tyler Moray.
Welcome, Coach Rowley. The Cheers Booster Club.
And they haven't got this thing set yet. I'm not sure which way this thing is going.
Yeah, that's holding.
Yeah.
We miss you and love you.
Holding.
Love your fans.
On the offense, it'll be replay third down. So third down and long for the Eagles, 6:07 left in the game. Man, it looks like they had a little momentum going there. You know they're going to pass the ball, so you might as well get ready. You know they're throwing.
And that quarterback's pretty good at scrambling.
Yes, he has. I'm surprised he hadn't done it more the whole game. He tried to stay in the pocket, but, you know, when it collapsed, he would still try to. Oh, there they go. They're making it. Here they go. Oh, they hit him from behind.
Right, yeah, they knocked the ball.
Knocked the ball down from behind. And that's going to be, looks like number 62.
52.
Is that fit? No, 62 is, 58 actually. Caught him from behind.
Oh, that'd be Montreal.
Cozart, yeah.
52 was in there also.
Yeah, 52 was in there with him as well. You're right. So fourth down, the Eagles are going for it with 5:50 left. Did you find him yet? 52. I have Hank Hodovy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hank Hodovy, yeah. I think I pronounced that right. I remember renouncing his name when, you know, a while back.
I believe it is right, yes.
Yeah.
Junior.
Yeah. So fourth down, Eagles going for it. Comets just keep them in front. Don't do anything stupid. Quick, and he bounced that ball. And
that's going to be on defense right there.
Yes, it is. They're going to call defensive holding probably. Well, he threw it towards the line, so that might be offensive holding.
I thought, that flag went pretty far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was at the 50.
I thought the flag landed right there, and I was like, oh, we must have been holding by the defense.
He was at the 50-yard line, and that flag landed at the 35, okay? That's some yardage right there in flying that flag.
My favorite part about this is seeing a flag and trying to figure out what it is before they call it.
Oh, yeah, you got to love it.
Because it takes forever.
It does.
It takes forever for them to call what's going on out here, those guys.
They're talking. They're still talking about it. They're still,
I just get impatient. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, I see that. I think it's against the Eagles, and the Comets are going to decline, and they'll get the ball back. Personal foul, wow, against the Eagles, man.
Wow.
They're going to decline it. And turnover on downs, Eagles will get, and the Comets will get the ball.
Yeah, see, that referee saw something.
He sure did, but he flew that thing from like I said, he was at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, he was way back there in the secondary and threw that flag. He saw something.
It must have been another chop block.
Yeah, usually they got a signal for that though.
Yeah, but since they declined it, they didn't really have to say what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because normally, you know, if they're going to decline it, you really don't have to say what it was. You can go tell the coaches because I'm sure they're going to want to know. And we have a quarterback change. Number 12 is going to be in for the Comets, and that is
Stephen Collins.
Stephen Collins hands it off. Wow.
Oh.
And met in the backfield.
And stop.
Let's hand off to number 2.
Dustin Fravel.
Fravel on the carry, and he just got swallowed up after a gain of a loss of 3, making second and 13.
Yeah, this is kind of our junior varsity offense right here.
Yeah, the JV offense is in now. You can tell
Mm-hmm.
You can tell everyone looks, you know, kind of like, hey, what's going on out here?
Carry for the Comets. Second down, 13.
Let's see if we get this ball off because we're under 5 seconds now, and he's going under center. Hands the ball off, and a Fravel again, caught from behind this
Same
time.
guy.
Yeah.
Number 51.
Yes, indeed. That's Morales. Arnold Morales again. Came right down the line. You up, and they have a player slowly getting up. That's going to be third down.
On the tackle for the Eagles.
So we're at 4:32 and counting, as the Comets are basically just burning this clock, really. They're just burning the clock. And you got your second string in. They're getting some reps now, and you're just eating the clock up. And just one run play after another. Whoop. Oh, what a miss.
Whoa.
And he makes another couple of guys miss and scrambles forward. That was impressive because he made that first guy miss. Talk about Olay. Man, talk about Olay. He just made he shot right by
That's so
him.
funny. I was talking about that with offensive linemen. I was working offensive lineman on the 7th grade team the other day, and we were talking about, you throw a block like that, that defensive guy is going to Olay you.
Mm-hmm.
And so all during practice, they're like, Olay! Olay! All right, that's enough. Jeez. You give 7th graders,
Oh, yeah, you can't give them
a
an
latch
inch.
on like that, man,
Yeah.
they're just going to go nuts.
Yeah, you can't give them an inch. Yeah, they
kids,
jump all
they're
over that.
crazy.
Yes, indeed.
We got a new kid out for 7th grade, Abram, 6
Timeout
foot
comments.
280.
Whoa.
Abram, 6 foot 280, kind of a new player, and he's coming from San Miguel.
Let me guess, he's never played football before in his life.
Well, I'm not really sure, but he hasn't played for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he hasn't played in the JCFA, organization.
Yes.
He's pretty good. I mean, the kid's got some feet and some hands. 280 pounds, at least 6 foot.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he just came out. He just signed up for football because 7th grade only had 14 players.
What?
Yeah, we only had
That's
14
Iron Man
players.
football right there, man.
Yeah, we only had 14 players. Now we got the Abram boy and another boy from there, so now we've got 16. So
That's still Iron Man football, man.
It's tough.
I bet. Oh, my goodness. Believe me, hats off to those young men because that's some work right there.
Yep, they definitely have their work cut out for them.
Good snap. He short kicks it.
Hey, there we go, baby.
Yeah, and
Look
that
at
was
that.
a good one. Yes, it
Great
was.
punt. Get it. Whoa. We've got it on the 5-4. Where's he marking?
They're going to call where he first touched it, and it was about the 10-yard line. They said he touched it at the 10.
What a great punt.
Yes, it was.
Great snap, great punt.
Man, talk about making up for the last one.
No doubt. That was a great job.
Pinning them deep with 3:17. Now, question. Do you get your starting D-back out there to make sure they don't score? You're a coach. I just have to ask.
No.
You're a coach, and you got
3 minutes left in the game.
You know how you coaches are. You don't.
No, man. No, you gotta check your ego at 5 minutes and with this lead. You know it.
Yeah, I hear you. I think they are going to check.
I mean, especially when you got McGinnis coming up.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
I mean, I just been thinking about it. 2023 Del City.
Told you.
Del City 23.
I
McGinnis
told you.
20.
I
Whoa.
told you they're hanging around too long.
Whoa.
And the quarterback's going to do a reverse, and this time he has room to run, and he's turning the corner. And he's up the side, and it's all coming back.
Catch you.
Yep, it's all coming back.
Flag.
Yep, flag. Flag at the 24-yard line. It's all coming back. He told the yardstick guy, don't move. Don't move. It's all coming back. And that was a great run by him,
Sure
too.
was.
And he turned that.
No, that's not the same quarterback they started.
You sure? Because I thought it was.
No, the quarterback they started was a left-hander.
Now let's see what they call it. It's got to be holding or blocking the back, one of the two. And he's walking. He's in an open area. He can go ahead and give it to us anytime he wants. Holding against the offense. Yep. And it's going to be a spot of the foul, so it'll be.
They're not going to in a game like this. They're not going to call those wimpy, kind of this.
Yeah. You really had to take a guy down.
You really got to hold in order to get a holding call in a game like this. Sky took over Glenpool 27-7 so far. But Glenpool, I don't think Glenpool's been very good for a while.
Not for a while, yeah.
You know?
So it's first and 8 now because the penalty was past the first down marker, so he took it back, 10 yards. So it's 1st and 8 now. They got a speedster quarterback in there. Now, he loves to run. I mean, he's not scared to – he wanted to pitch it, and he didn't have nowhere to turn, and he got tackled. That's about the best way I can say that one. He wanted to pitch it, had nowhere to turn, and actually on the tackle is going to be number 85. That would be
Caston Campbell from that 7th grade team.
Caston Campbell, that's right. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4 now. Well, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, he definitely got – Coach has got sophomores out there, sophomores and juniors out there, which is awesome just to give those boys some – get a good look, man.
Yeah.
Get a good look at them and give them some reps. And
he's going to hand it off to his running back. He's cut backs inside, and he's –
oh, nice job there.
He's going to pick up the first down looking at the spot, though. He will pick up the first down. In on the tackle will be –
26.
Yep, and number 15 also, along with 26.
26, Jack Stieferman.
Oh, Cypherman, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Stieferman.
Stieferman. I've always pronounced it Cypherman. And I always get corrected, and I still did it wrong anyway. It's Stieferman.
I got your back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So first down and 10 for the Eagles. As the clock is still rolling, the Eagles are trying to get down the field to score. He hands it to his running back, and then he's dropped it. No, he gets away. He's still loose, but he's going to be wrapped up, and he's still going to lose yards on that play. Gang tackled by number 66, and it looks like 28. So that's going to be Sebastian Gutierrez on the tackle.
Yeah, James Inhofe, number 28.
Okay, 66 was Gutierrez. And it's going to be a loss on the play, so make it 2nd and 11 as we're at 1:14 and counting, almost under a minute. I told you that McGinnis game, man. I told you you'd let that team hang around, and they will surprise you now.
Man, according to the rankings, that's a major upset.
Yeah, that's going to be a big upset, yeah, if they pull it off. Pitch out wide left, and he cuts back inside. He's still on his feet, going to be wrapped up and brought down. Looks like a touchdown-saving tackle practically because he had room to run if he wouldn't have caught him.
By a defensive lineman.
Yes, indeed. Number 65 actually wraps him up. On the carry was number 20, and that was Fritz.
Sam Nightingale, number 65.
And that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
Big time.
If he wouldn't have grabbed him, he'd have been gone.
3rd down and 4 to go.
So 3rd and 4, we're under a minute. Practically, we're at 30 seconds here in the ball game, and the Eagles are doing their best to try to get this ball into the end zone here. And the quarterback went to go turn and pitch. He wasn't there, but the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to be pushed down from behind.
Oh, there's so much holding going on.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, but we're at 18 seconds.
Jeez.
And they picked up the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 with 18 seconds. Once they set the ball, yep, they're starting the clock already. They set the ball, start the clock. And I don't know if the Eagles are going to take a timeout and try to, get one more play. They can get one more play off. We're at 10 seconds and counting. Sends his man in motion, high snap, hands the ball off to his running back. He cuts inside. He's going to be brought down hard.
Oh, nice.
Yes, indeed. And that's going to be 65 again. And that will end the ball game, folks. We are done for the night here as your Comets are victorious. First game of the season. They are on the road and taking on the Edison Eagles, and they will come out victorious 48-14. Coach?
Well, it's just it was outstanding effort, all around. Definitely some things to clean up. Some of those unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, some special team stuff that needs to be cleaned up a little bit. A little work on the offensive line, which is what you always have to do anyway, and get ready for McGinnis. It's going to be huge.
I'm glad they scored in the fourth quarter because I was getting kind of nervous that we put all those points up in the first half and did nothing in the second half.
Well, and I thought the offensive line, the offensive line really put things together in that one particular drive.
Yes.
That, the scoring drive, and really started surging off the football and moving back those front three and just say, hey, we're done, getting dominated by these guys every once in a while. We're going to be a little more consistent, in making our blocks and getting our blocks.
Yeah.
We caught a couple breaks there.
Yes, we did.
One break we caught, but they're going to get better. I know that because I know how hard these guys work. I know how much time they put in to getting better and working harder, and I know how much time those coaches put into it. Hats off to the program. It's just awesome the amount of time they put into this, how much effort they put into this, to pull off a game like this and really good effort.
It looked really good, but, with McGinnis coming, Battle of the Bishops, they're coming. So, they didn't lose focus, and a lot of teams lose focus when they got a big game coming up the following week, and they kept it together.
Yeah, and injuries.
Yeah.
None.
That's
None
good.
that I can think of. Looks like Corey's going to be just fine and ready to go for Friday night. And I tell you what, man, that everybody's going to be. It's going to be so loud. I know the football moms. they've got plans for I don't know what kind of noisemakers they got going on, but
Oh,
it's
my
going to be
goodness.
crazy.
Well, it's a home game. First home game of the season as well. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Also, Kev, hope you can make it. We'd love to have you there, guy.
Big time.
Get well soon. Again, I would like to thank you guys for watching and listening and participating. I am Sam Harbin.
Coach Axe.
This is BKTV.live. Good night, everybody.
Good night.